Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL Championship game!
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the four-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Shenango Wildcats are the WPIAL champions.
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history.
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again. The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn. Vegas and Maples keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? No! I don't think he got in! He did! Will he get it? Win the state championship!
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt for Laurel Spartans three-peat.
And the Shannock is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. On the Riverside Panthers, Shenango at 7.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
All right, now we're good to go, coming to you live From Chuck Tanner Field at Shenango High School, WPIAL Class 2A Baseball on the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP, a battle for first place today in Class 2A's Section 2 as the Shenango Wildcats host the Riverside Panthers. Shenango at 7-3 in section play, 11-4 overall. They're 2 games behind of Riverside at 9-1 in section, 13-3 overall. The way this scenario works here, ladies and gentlemen, if Riverside wins one of the 2 games in the next 2-day series, they are your section champions for Class 2A's Section 2. And if they split, that's all it takes. If Shenango is able to get the sweep, they would tie for the section championship with Riverside. They would have the tiebreaker over them. However, depending on what happens in the Neshannock-Laurel, if either one of those teams sweep, then it goes by a lot of crazy tiebreakers where if Neshannock were to sweep, it'd be a 3-way tie as all 3 teams would have swept each other. But if Laurel wins, Shenango would have swept both Laurel and Riverside. They would be your outright section champs. Get it? Got it? Good. I'm James Dotson, Tim Continenza alongside, ready to get things underway. Captain's meeting here at home plate, getting ready for today's game. About probably 10 minutes behind schedule as they're, with the beautiful weather, Tim. They're enjoying it, and they've got plenty of warm-up to start this one out.
You might as well take advantage of it. You know, you haven't had that opportunity to have that infield and outfield practice before games the way you would like. I know you always get that opportunity. However, there's not a cloud in the sky type scenario. This is unique. This is fantastic game-like conditions here at Chuck Tanner Field. So looking forward to today's game. And, yeah, just at the end of the 2 games, James, best thing to do is just get on the standings and see who's on top. I think that will be the easiest way to do about that tri-championship type scenario.
Right, well, and it all comes down to how the seeding will play out when it comes to the WPIAL playoffs, which, by the way, let's get that plugged out of the way right now. The playoff pairings for softball scheduled for 4 o'clock on Thursday. For baseball, scheduled for 2 o'clock on Friday. So we'll have all the links set out on our website as well. It's at Trib Live High School Sports Network for the live bracket reveals, and we'll see where the teams are playing, where they're seated, and it's very possible when you look at the Trib rankings right now as we continue in our LGKG pregame show. Sarah Catholic, Seton LaSalle, they've been the undoubted 1-2 pair the entire year. Frankly, they have been for the last 3 or 4 seasons. But then after that, you got a bunch of teams right here in Section 2. Riverside currently ranked 3rd. Shenango currently ranked 5th. Carmichael's sandwiched in between as the number 4 ranked team currently in the Trib Live rankings. But you have Neshannock and Laurel that are right on that outside looking in that 6, 7, 8 range. So these games are very important, not only for today's game, but also just for where the playoff seedings could come in handy. And I'll tell you what, you're not going to find 2 more fundamentally sound teams in all of Class 2A probably than the 2 you're going to see on the field here today in Shenango and Riverside.
And that's going to be key. Obviously, you want to have fundamentals behind you. If you can field the ball and make the consistent outs, if you don't allow runners to advance on pass balls or balls that get away from the catcher or wild pitches, those are huge advantages for a team to keep runners out of scoring position and out of a home plate where you can end up giving those extra runs. As you know, James, as the season begins, every inning matters and every run really comes into a point of the season because you never want to give up extra runs when you don't have to.
Absolutely, and with that in mind, you know both these teams about as fundamentally sound as you're going to see both in the field but also on or at the plate, I should say, when it comes to the fact that you have teams not afraid to bunt. And, in fact,
I was just going to say, yeah.
That's one of the things Coach Oleastro has prided himself on now in his 54th year. Yes, you heard that correctly. 54th season as the head coach of the Riverside Panthers is that his team has many more bunts and sacrifices than they have home runs over their illustrious career. And that's
not
they're fine with that.
Yeah, no. There's nothing wrong with moving runnings along and taking advantage of opportunities when they present themselves. And in a 7-inning ball game, you don't want to lose opportunities to get runs. And that's what it's all about. It's about putting pressure on a defense. It's about moving runners into scoring position and taking advantage of a squeeze or a safety squeeze and really getting a defense have to make plays that they're most of the time uncomfortable making, charging in on the ball and making decisions on where to throw the ball.
With that, here on our LGKG pregame show, let's take a look at today's starting lineups. We'll start with Riverside under Coach Dan Oleastro. They'll be batting first. Coach O at third base. Coach John Marnicio is his longtime assistant, yes, for all 54 years as well.
Wow.
Since 1969. He is coaching first base. The batting order looks like this. Leading off will be the center fielder, Madden Bain. Batting second, right fielder, Ashton Schlosser. Shortstop, Evan Burry will bat third, followed by the catcher, Darren McCade. Designated hitter, Hunter Garvin, hitting fifth. He's hitting for Christian Lucciarelli. Bo Fornatero hitting sixth. He's the left fielder. Mitch Garvin, first baseman, hits seventh. Sammy Barber, the third baseman, hitting eighth. And batting ninth, Sean Hayes, the second baseman. Bain, Schlosser, Burry, McDade, Hunter Garvin, Fornatero, Mitch Garvin, Barber, and Hayes, the starting nine for the Riverside Panthers. Tino Campoli, the right-hander on the mound. Glad to see him back here this year. A 4-0 record on the year, and throws a first-pitch breaking ball outside for ball one. Your time of first pitch, we're right on schedule, 4:17 p.m. for originally a 4 o'clock start. It may have been pushed back to 4:15 in all honesty without us knowing. And I'll tell you what, I'm happy that we don't have more 4 o'clock starts. I love 4:15, 4:30. Give the kids time to get out of school, get set up, get out to the field. Gives us time to set up, too.
I was just going to say, on a personal level, gives us an opportunity to work out any bugs that may have happened along the way.
Yeah, a couple bugs here for us. Getting the sound up. Should be good and running, but a 3-0 count for the leadoff hitter, Madden Bain.
Campoli may have to show the fastball here on 3-0.
And there is fastball. It catches the inside corner. 3-1 to count.
Been careful with him throwing nothing but breaking balls up into that last pitch.
Really careful with the leadoff hitter in this lineup. And this one misses downstairs, so a lead-off walk drawn by Riverside.
So getting that first batter aboard is always a great start for Riverside. Give them an opportunity here to set up this inning the way they think is best. We'll see if the bunt is in order to start as the runner takes his lead at first.
I would not be surprised. Again, Riverside very typically with the bunt offense. You have to be fundamentally sound defensively. Right now at third base, Zach Herb up on the infield grass. Back in the box, though, is Schlosser. He does square around, pulls back as this ball's in the dirt, so some control issues early for Campoli. Only 15 walks on the year coming into this game, but for the first 5 pitches today, off the strike zone. A lot of them down in the dirt, too.
I'm kind of curious to see if Ziegler behind the plate may throw behind a runner on a bunt try that he may catch.
And he thought about it on the first pitch, but didn't quite control it. Schlosser batting .324 on the season, squares around again. This one catches the bottom of the zone, evens the count at 1-1. Take a look at the defensive alignment here after this 1-1 pitch coming from Tino Campoli. This one squared around, bunted right back to Campoli. Thinks about 2 for a moment, but makes the smart play on the sacrifice. Sacrifice 1-3 on the putout, advances Bain the second for the first out of the inning. Looking at your defensive alignment, brought to you by Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George. In the outfield from left to right is Hunter Lively, Grayson Hooks, and Braden D'Angelo. On the left side of the infield, Zach Herb at third, Tyler Kammerer at shortstop, Caden Cook at second base, Adam Bryant at first base, Braden Ziegler behind the dish, Tino Campoli. His battery partner on the hill, a 1.91 ERA, his 7th appearance of the season, a 4-0 record on the year for one of the lead dogs of this Cats team. Leading hitter, Evan Burry, steps to the plate and swings through the first pitch offering for strike 1.
Yeah, going back to that sack bunt, Campoli did a great job. Just fielding the ball, recognizing they're giving you an out. Take the out. And he went to first base and got that out.
0-1 to count here to the shortstop, Evan Burry. Breaking ball in the dirt, and Ziegler working hard behind the dish already. Blocks that one, evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, he's been a little wild here to start the this game, going outside. The one fastball he threw inside hit the inside corner and really established the plate a little bit for him. We'll see if he goes back inside here.
Another breaking ball, and it's about a 56-footer.
Yeah, breaking ball just not under control right now for him, as Campoli will step off the mound and kind of readjust himself and get him mentally straight here with runner at second base. As one man down. Campoli looks at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And they're going to pop it up into left field, and the left fielder's going to move over a couple steps and makes the play. Lively with a nice catch. Does it move the runner to third on the recorded out for the sacrifice, and now runner at third.
Yeah, it works as a sacrifice, doesn't it, on a deep fly ball, and heads up running by Madden Bame. I mean, he's got 11 stolen bases on the year. You know he's got the wheels, but, interesting. You're in scoring position from second base, but that's just, when you see a lot of those balls in the dirt, Tim, not a bad idea to take the extra 90,
no,
right?
If you can't, it's interesting that he would take it with the ball being thrown out to, or hit out to left field where the play's in front of them, but he was able to advance, and that's, fundamental baseball, taking that extra base whenever you get a chance. And there's one getting away from Ziegler, but no advancement from Bain.
Yeah, perfect example right there. All it takes is one ball to get away. It's not a huge backstop here.
No, but if you get that secondary lead as that pitch is delivered, you can really make a decision and think about, we only have to go, maybe 70 feet to score.
And that one catches the outside corner. 1-1 now the count.
Just want to put the ball in play and see what happens here.
Good pitch there, painting the black. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Darren McCade. Looking to cash in the top of the first inning.
This is the first time he's been ahead of a hitter this early in the count.
Yeah, it really has. And good job by McCade. Step out of the box, get some extra time as Campoli was ready to rock and fire. The 1-2 from Campoli. Swung on and fouled right into the dugout, literally off the fence, and ended up hitting Bo Fornatero, who's ready to warm up. Just let's practice for leaning into a pitch, right?
Exactly. Hey, never know. But yeah, another scenario, 1-2 again, and let's see what McCade can do on this pitch here from Campoli.
Choking way up is McCade, and chases the high fastball, so a leadoff walk, stranded on third base after McCade strikes out to end the inning. No runs, that 1 runner left at third base. To the bottom of the first inning we go. Riverside 0 and Shenango coming up to bat. Let's take a look at their starting 9. It is a straight 9 for Coach Larry Kelly in his third year with the Shenango Wildcats. Center fielder Grayson Hooks will lead off, followed by shortstop Tyler Kammerer. Right fielder, Braden D'Angelo will hit third, followed by pitcher Tino Campoli in the cleanup spot. Zach Herb, the third baseman, hits fifth. Braden Ziegler, catcher, hitting sixth. Adam Bryant playing first base and batting seventh. Second baseman Caden Cook will hit eighth, and Hunter Lively, the left fielder, hitting ninth. Hooks, Kammerer, D'Angelo, Campoli, Herb, Ziegler, Bryant, Cook, and Lively for the Shenango Wildcats. And while we have the moment, let's take a look at the LGKG defensive alignment. Again, thanks to our friends at Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George. Your insurance company not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George are. You can visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Keeping promises for over 80 years. They give you good defense. Riverside known for their good defense in the outfield. Bo Fornatero, Madden Bame, and Ashton Schlosser from left to right. Sammy Barber at third base. Evan Burry at shortstop. Sean Hayes at second. Mitch Garvin at first base. Darren McDade behind the plate. And Christian Lucarelli will be on the bump. A 2-2 record on the year. A 3.41 earned run average with 33 strikeouts, 14 walks on the year for Lucarelli. And you're going to see a lot of young pitchers, some freshmen, some sophomores here for the Riverside Panthers. And, again, maybe old school style. Not afraid to pull a guy early and keep the pitch count down and use the full bullpen. 3-4 guys used in a lot of the games this year, Tim. It's been a lot of fun to watch this Riverside team this year. After missing the playoffs right before the COVID season, no COVID season in 2020. Last year, barely made the playoffs, lost in the first round. This year, a chance now to get the section championship. It's been a fun turnaround for this team.
And that's unique for a high school team to have the arms that you're willing to do that. Usually you have one or two good starters, and then you build it around there and try to find someone deep in your pen to really close out games. Now with that 100-pitch count, changes the count, the math of a ball game, so you really do sometimes need a setup guy for a reliever, but in this scenario, you can do really matchup. If you can throw 4 guys in one game, you could really just try to go 2-3 innings with one guy and just match up from that point on.
A strong arm for Lucarelli as well. His first pitch in there, though, downstairs for ball 1 to Grayson Hooks. We apologize for cameras. We got 2 cameras working. We got the one in center field. It's acting up a bit here, so we're going to work on that here between innings as Hooks squares, pulls back, and a strike 1 taken from Lucarelli.
Lucarelli, real strong, right in the middle of the rubber.
Very rare, it feels like.
It is.
Breaking ball misses well upstairs. 2-1 the count. Riverside top of the section. Shenango 2 games back, but with a sweep could get at least a share, if not get the outright with the tiebreaker.
Really just a classic windup here from Lucarelli. Just, looks it in and turns and fires. Just a small leg lift up, about waist high. I mean, real classic style of pitching.
That one missed just downstairs, so 3-1 the count. Swung on and fouled back into the screen. Count runs full, 3-2. Here to leadoff hitter Grayson Hooks, a .359 hitter on the season.
Well, 3-2, the string's out, so anything is available to Lucarelli here, wherever what he feels most comfortable throwing.
And Hooks not comfortable in the batter's box. He will step out. Mentioned Laurel against Neshannock taking place today in the other big game here in this section. This one fouled back into the screen again. We'll try to keep tabs on that one best we can. That game out at Laurel will be at Neshannock tomorrow for game 2 of that series.
Ah, excellent. So, looking at Hooks here, he's getting some nice swings here, keeping alive, staying, within himself, looking just to drive the ball. Looks like he's even trying to go the other way with some outside pitches.
Payoff pitch to the leadoff hitter is again fouled off. So a good job of wasting pitches. And I'll tell you what, Tim, we were at the classic Neshannock-Laurel softball game last week, and Laurel ended up on the losing end in extra innings, but one of the stats that was crazy, they fouled off 22 two-strike pitches in that game.
That's phenomenal bidding.
One of the best softball games I think I've ever seen. This one, two-hopper to the first baseman. Tough time handling it over there for Mitch Garvin, but he's going to get there in time himself. 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Looked like he was expecting a high hop, had fingers up, but ended up staying low. Good job to stay with it.
It hit the heel of the glove, and when it fell down right in front of him, he didn't panic. He picked it up and had plenty of time to get to the bag first and record that out, and that's huge for Lucarelli to get that first out. I mean, that was a batter who made him throw about 10 pitches in that at bat. So you want to get an out, especially if you're on a pitch count.
Officially 8 pitches, but it did feel like a lot more than that even. But Tyler Kammerer now the lead dog, and he leads the team in just about every offensive category. First pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1. A .622 average, 3 home runs on the year. Also leads the team with 10 doubles and 4 triples, not to mention 26 RBI on the season. Now the breaking balls, this one stays upstairs. Evens the count at 1-1. I mean, how often do you hear of an on-base slugging combination percentage, Tim, of a 1903, just shy of 2? This one off the end of the bat, flare towards right field, coming on is Schlosser. He's going to settle under it and make the catch for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down go the Cats here in the bottom of the first.
Just a nice pitch on the outside where he just got underneath it and popped it up to the right fielder. And Lucarelli settling in nicely here in the top of the first.
So that brings up Braden D'Angelo, .381 hitter on the season. Guy who just gets on base. Watches a first pitch in the dirt here. And what I mean by that is he's reached on error 4 times, putting the ball in play. But he's also drawn a team-high 13 walks, and he's been hitting in the 3 or 5 spot, flipping back and forth. So to get that kind of production, getting on base in the middle of the lineup there, Tim, pretty crucial.
Oh, it's really the name of the game is to get on base and then have that opportunity, and that's what you want. On-base percentage is something that most fans and that haven't really paid attention to, but over the last 4 or 5 years, getting more and more recognition how important that is.
2-0 the count now. This one with some speed up and in. catches the corner, 2-1 to count. Lucarelli clocked earlier this year in the mid-80s as a freshman. Pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, with room only to grow.
Good mechanics, and this one catches the inside corner just barely.
And that's
wow.
what I was mentioning earlier. It's just kind of classic windup, right in the middle of the mound. Looks in for the sign and just rocks and throws, and not a real high kick or anything with it.
2-2. Called strike 3 in the outside corner. Ball dropped by the catcher. Throw down to first base in time to complete the strikeout. But a backwards K to end the inning, and the Wildcats go down in order. We played one, tied at 0 between Shenango and Riverside here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And it's going to be safe as Cook was unable to fill that cleanly. And it goes off his chest on that high bounce. And they're going to have their first runner aboard on the error at second base. And now bring up Forintero. The righty with the runner at first. Campoli's pitch from the stretch, swing and a miss on the fastball in the inside corner. No balls, one strike. Hudden Garvin will take his lead at first. Campoli, the righty from the stretch, don't throw over to first and had him leaning, but he was able to get back, was Garvin. So Campoli, again from the stretch, runner takes his lead at first. And a swing and a foul straight back. And it's 0-2 here. As we are in the second inning, top of the second, no score here at Chuck Tanner's Field. Forintero, and will throw the ball over to first. Back safely is Garvin. Campoli on an 0-2 pitch. And it's going to be on the outside corner. Call strike 3 for the first out of the inning. And now we'll bring up Mitch Garvin, the first baseman. So we have Hunter at first and Mitch at the plate here for Riverside. So Hunter Garvin takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike one. As Campoli is just challenging the hitters right now. Throw over to first again, and Garvin back. That is Hunter Garvin over at first. Pitch will go to Mitch Garvin. And that will be low. And I'll even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So Hunter Garvin will step off first and take his lead. Campoli from the stretch. Here's the pitch and a ground ball to short. They'll try to turn 2. 1 at second. Throw to first. And good for the double play. 6-4-3 goes the double play to end the inning. As we had no runs, no hits, 1 error, and no runs in that inning. As we played 1.5 here at Chuck Tanner's Field, it is still scoreless as we will have Shenango coming up here in the bottom half of the second inning with Campoli, Herb, and Ziegler. That's the pitcher, third baseman, and catcher due up here for Shenango. And they'll be facing Christian Lucarelli on the mound here for Riverside. Don't forget, we'll have the Melee Minute here for the softball update in between the middle of the third inning. So you want to stay tuned for that as we get the warm-up pitches here from Lucarelli. And you'll get a couple more here before we get ready here for the bottom half of the second inning here from Chuck Tanner Field in Shenango, and we are scoreless here. As I mentioned, Shenango will send Herb, Ziegler, and Bryant to the plate this inning. And here we go. So Campoli is the pitcher. Where's number 13? He'll bat from the right side. Faces counterpart in Lucarelli. Lucarelli looks and throws. And it's going to be up high, ball 1. Christian Lucarelli on the mound, turns, and wind up and pitch. Outside ball 2. 2-0 here to Campoli. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be on the outside corner to make it 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second. Lucarelli's pitch on the 2-1. He pops it up behind us, and that is going to get out of play. And we'll go to 2 balls, 1 strike. Or 2 balls, 2 strikes, I believe. Maybe it's 2 and 1. We'll double check. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lucarelli gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Up high, and we'll bring it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lucarelli from the windup. Fastball and is swung on and hit to center field. As Boehm is there, and they're going to drop it out. Actually, the right fielder ended up running over to get it and unable to make the catch. And that will put a Campoli on at second base. On the error in right field. And I'll bring up Herb. Zach Herb, number 21 here for the Cats. Gets in on the right side of the box with runner at second base. Up high. Ball one. Runner takes his lead at second base. The righty throws up high, ball two. So Campoli at second base. Zach Herb at the plate. 2 balls, no strike count. Here's the pitch, and he's going to square the bunt, and he's going to make the effort and swing through it. So strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. As they put the bunt on, trying to move the runner here, but nobody out. Runner at second base, already in scoring position. Zach Herb at the plate. Gets the signs from the third base coach. And now here comes Lucarelli's pitch. Up high, 3 balls and a strike. So Zach Herb looks down at third base again, checks in with the third base coach. Runner takes his lead at second base. Lucarelli pitches, and it's swung on and fouled off back behind us. So the count remains. Or actually, the count will move to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Excuse me. So Campoli's out there at second base, representing the lead run here, as we're scoreless here in the bottom of the second. Zach Herb at the plate with a full count. Campoli's pitch. It's going to be up high. It's going to be a walk. Or Lucarelli's pitch, excuse me, was a walk. And now we'll put runners at first and second here. And now we'll bring up Ziegler. Braden Ziegler, number 28. The catcher here for Shenango. As we had a small meeting at the mound between the shortstop, pitcher, and catcher. Lucarelli, the righty, will free from the stretch, but runners taking their lead at first and second. They'll square the bunt. They'll get the bunt down. Lucarelli will pick it up and throw to first, record the out, and I'll move the runners to second and third on the sack, 1-3. As they move the runners up in scoring positions to third and second base. And now we'll bring up Bryant, Adam Bryant, the senior, due up next here for the Cats. Well, bat from the left side. The first baseman here for the Cats here tonight. So runners are in second base. Brian at the plate. Lucarelli's pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Runners take their lead. Lucarelli gets the sign. He rocks and throws. Ground ball foul, first base side. And I'll even the count, move the count to no balls, 2 strikes. And we're going to have another little conference there between McCade and Lucarelli. Can be on the same page on the signs. So runners at second and third. 0-2 count. Brian at the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Christian Lucarelli on the mound with a little trouble here with runners at second and third. 1 down. Bryant at the plate with a 1-2 count. And he'll foul it back and will stay the same at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lucarelli had a 3 up, 3 down in the first, including a called strike 3 to end the inning. But this second inning has not been as kind to him. Here's the pitch. Foul back again. We'll stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Adam Bryant behind on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Runners at second and third. Campoli at third. Herb at second. Lucarelli's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball gets by. Runners caught between third and second. They're going to throw home on the relay. Does he get in? No, you're going to be called out at the plate. So Campoli unable to get home in time on that relay from third for the out. And runner from first advances to third on the play. Or second, runner from second. Herb advances to third on the play, so it'll be 2 down now. With runner at third base here for Christian Lucarelli on the mound. And we got a little meeting behind the plate here. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. Maybe we're making a change already. Let's see here. Yes, we are. We're having a pinch hitter coming into the game. I believe that is Jason Maley. Yeah, Maley's in now for Bryant. And that's going to be outside, ball 1. So Jason Maley most likely taking over at first base, I imagine. We'll see at the end of the inning. Or less. Let's see. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be down low. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here. Runner at third. We're in the bottom of the second inning here from Chuck Tanner Field in Shenango. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that goes outside on that pitch. 3 balls and a strike. So Maley at the plate. Runners second and third. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball at the plate, and it stays the same. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jason Maley at the plate here for the Cats. Runners in scoring position. Lucarelli with. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 to end the inning on the call, strike 3. So we've played 2 here at Chuck Tanner Field. We are scoreless. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years. In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not.
Welcome back to top of the third inning. There's Barber at the plate. Swing and a miss. I believe it makes it no balls, 2 strikes here to Sammy Barber, the third baseman. Outside. Gonna make it 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Both these pitchers so far, Tim, good job of locating, especially when they are ahead in the count, locating the breaking ball, trying to get something to chase, but the batters, a good job of avoiding them as well.
Kimpoli's pitch, and it's going to be swung on. It's going to be fisted out into right field for a base hit. So a leadoff hit here in the third inning.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, that's the first hit for either team, right? Both have had base runners on errors and walks.
Exactly.
But there's your first hit of the game. And that comes with the 8-hitter, meaning that your second leadoff guy coming up. And when your leadoff guy in Madden Bame in the on-deck circle is the team's leader in RBIs, I think you have an idea of what might be coming here.
Sean Hayes, the second baseman, bats from the right side. And he squares, and he takes the outside pitch, ball 1. As the Cats come crawling in from third base here.
Not a big
surprise there.
Last
Herb
time
was racing in, excuse me.
I would say last time we were here, we saw Herb racing in for an incredible catch.
Yes.
It was our Melee chiropractic play of the game.
Throw over to first. He's back safely.
Yeah, Barber leaning just a little bit.
Yeah, let's see if they maybe try to steal the base versus sacrificing him over. But the number 9 hitter at the plate, so watch for the bunt. Squares, he gets it down, nicely done. Again, fielded by the pitcher, he'll throw over, get the out. Runner will move to second base, and Barber, as Hayes gets the sack, 1-3.
And I'll tell you what, that pitch, we have a great angle up here. That pitch was about a foot off the plate, too, and he was still able to get the bat out and deaden it so that the only play possible is at first.
And it's so difficult with an aluminum bat to deaden the ball. You got to catch it and move it back, kind of let it kind of retard off of it. And he did a fantastic job of really just making sure he got it out and down in front of the pitcher where he had to make the play.
I like the music terminology there.
On that side, strike 1.
But that's the point, though, is that your 9-hitter can do that, get runners in scoring position when the bottom of the order gets on base. And Madden Bame has been Mr. Clutch all year. 17 RBIs, leading the team, and that's incredible. Your leadoff hitter is your leader in ribbies.
That just gives you a lot of credit to the bottom of your order for turning over and getting on base here. Outside, well, even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Getting on base, and whether it's stealing bases or whether it is with the sacrifice. I mean, 68 stolen bases for Riverside on the year, 31 on the year for Shenango. Both teams loving to steal bases any chance they can get.
Barber taking the lead at second base. And ground ball to short. Nice hop there. He'll throw across. and record the out 6-3, but runner will move over to third base on the play.
That is the textbook definition of a Sunday hop there that Kammerer got at shortstop. And I'll tell you what, I remember playing on this field. There is a nice lip right there at the edge of the grass. If you're not used to it, you're going to take it in the gut, in the leg, in the stomach, in the somewhere else. Good job to stay with it, be ready for it, and make a good, strong throw across the diamond.
Ashton Schlesinger at the plate. Outside, ball one.
As you mentioned, it did move Barber to third base. And that's the other part, too. Kammerer kind of had them play back, let the runner go in front, not be distracted by it. Great job by your senior.
Here's the pitch. Again, outside. They're going to call that one a strike.
Yeah, that one caught the black.
They'll even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mind you, coming up between the top and bottom of the inning, we'll have our Melee Minute and take a look at some of the softball updates across the county.
And swing and a miss.
And again, after a leadoff single and sacrifice, Campoli now just 1 pitch away from getting out of another jam.
Looking for his 3rd strikeout of the ball game here. The righty from the lineup. Fouls it back. Will stay. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And interesting, again, going to the windup there. Some pitchers and coaches still with a runner on third base, even though there is 2 outs, even though there's no force play, still like to see their pitchers stay from the stretch. But I like this mindset. If you're comfortable in the wind, go with it.
That's always been my theory. If that's what you normally do, then that's what you do. And that's just outside.
I think Ziegler asked for it up in the zone. He got it up in the zone, but just a little bit too high from our angle here behind home plate. Though the center field cam working, our producer says, it was close.
It was. So Campoli, 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Outside, and the ball's going to get away from the catcher. No advancement by Barber. And I'll run out to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count.
No, 3 count. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high. He'll draw the walk, and the inning will continue here.
It's team high 16th free pass on the year for Schlosser out of that number 2 hole. And again, that gets your top hitter, 3-hitter, Evan Burry, the shortstop, out on the field.
He flew out to left field in his first at plate.
Leads the team with a .471 average. He also leads the team hit batsman. 11 times he's been plunked on the season.
That's paying the price to get on base. So runner takes his lead at first and third. 2 down. And here's the pitch. Going to be up high. Ball 1.
The last 3 or 4 pitches have all been left high, and that's just a matter of Campoli on the mound not finishing the pitch, staying a little bit too upright, not following through completely. See if he can make an adjustment and try to work down in the zone, maybe induce the ground out to end the inning.
Throw over to first, try to keep him close, and he does. Runner at third, not straying too far off the bag on that.
I like the idea, too. No short move, or no slow move, the third to first sort of thing. Just go throw over quickly and make sure you know he's thinking of you.
Here, steps away, and it's called a strike. He wanted a timeout and didn't get it.
Yep, the pitch was already in the process of being delivered, and that's why as a batter you're taught keep the hands on the bat, ask for time, wait until time is granted before you try to leave the batter's box. So good news for Burry at the plate is that it was only the second pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-1.
1-1? Oh, okay, I'll look at the wrong 2. There's a drive into left field, and it's going to be dropped again, and the run will score. They'll throw to third, and it'll be safe at third. Runner will move to second on the error in the outfield as Burry gets the 2-base error out on the left fielder.
Yeah, Lively, a tough one there. I mean, the line drive, it's a sinking liner right at you. So tough to judge. It looked like he was ready to dive and then second-guessed it, thought maybe slide, but then tried to stay on his feet and basically just handcuffed him. And the first run on the board comes with the error in the outfield. We've seen now 3 errors in this game 2 against Shenango, 1 against Riverside. And here's where Riverside makes you pay, though, normally. It's not the first error. It's the plays after that.
And a swing and a foul off to the right side. Go out of play. No balls, 1 strike, excuse me.
It all starts with the number 8 hitter getting on base, the number 9 hitter sacrificing him over. That's what allows that opportunity to even occur.
The cleanup hitter, Darren McDade at the plate.
Here's what's also interesting, and I meant to ask the Riverside coaching staff. It doesn't go down as an RBI for Burry. He's only got 2 on the year. Your top batting average, well, only 2 ribbies hitting out of the 3-hole. Again, that just shows how good the top of the order has been.
Yeah, it tells you that Bame has done all the RBIs. There's another strike.
So no ball, 2 strike the count here. Again, Campoli just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. We've said it a couple times already here.
See if he can bear down here. Here's the pitch. Inside, just misses. Brings a 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But again, the breaking ball staying upstairs, not finishing the pitch. It's caught in the zone, but it crossed way up.
Here's the pitch. And up high, just over the batter's head. And he'll even a count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a senior pitcher, he knows what he needs to do to make the adjustment, but it's one thing to know what to do, and it's another thing to be able to actually make that adjustment on the fly on the rubber.
So runners at second and third. 2 down. Here's the pitch. Inside. And we run the string out. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
But now with that again, Tim, it also means, if nothing else, the pitch count winding up here on Campoli. Don't have an official number. We'll try to get that after this inning here, but it's starting to tally up.
McDade struck out in his first at-bat. Here's the pitch. And he'll string and a miss again here in the third. As we played 2.5 here, but we got the first run across here in this inning, and it's 1-0 Riverside.
Now it's time for our Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic. Keeping you in the game, we keep you in the game in terms of what's going on in the softball world. Let's start with Newcastle. They have 1 game left today against Hopewell in section play. If they defeat Hopewell today, they will sweep that series and likely will be in the playoffs. There's still a chance they could get knocked out by Blackhawk, who has 3 games still left. If Blackhawk wins all 3, the Canes are out no matter what. But if Newcastle wins today, Blackhawk, as long as they don't win all 3, would be in as well, would the Canes. In Class 3A, Elwood City ranked number 3 in the Trib Live polls for Class 3A. Only 2 losses on the year coming versus Avonworth in section play. They actually are at Neshannock in non-section action. That's going to be a great game. We're going to try to get some updates on throughout the course of today. Mentioned Neshannock in Class 2A, undefeated on the year, extra innings win. Go back and check the archives if you haven't seen it on lcsportsnet.com. An 8-5 win in extra innings over Laurel to keep them undefeated on the year. Currently ranked number 4 in the rankings. Laurel at number 5. They are at Western Beaver today with their only 2 losses coming to that powerful Neshannock Lancer squad. Mohawk also in the playoffs there from Section 4 in Class 2A. They host Union today. They've clinched at least a share of 3rd place in Section 4. Shenango, the defending WPIAL runner-ups in Class 2A, out of the postseason. In Class 1A, the Union Scotties, undefeated, 5th straight section title for Union. They are number 2 ranked in Class 1A. They are at Mohawk today, as we mentioned. The second time those 2 teams have played this year, by the way. And finally, up in District 10, no game today for Wilmington, but they have 3 big ones left, including West Middlesex tomorrow and Mercer on Thursday. Reynolds next Tuesday to wrap up their schedule. They're 3rd currently in region play with an 8-2 record. There's your Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic. Keeping you in the game, we're glad to keep you informed on the softball happenings across Lawrence County.
Lively hooks and Kimmer due up here in the bottom of the 3rd. Up high, ball 1 here from Christian Lucarelli.
What a fun story Hunter Lively is. Just from this series alone, we'll dig into that here after this 1-0 pitch coming to the 9-hitter.
Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, even up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
So he was a 9-hitter all of last season on the Shenango Wildcats WPIAL Championship and state runner-up run. And down to their final strike in this exact series in the section finale, as it counts now 1-2. Steps to the plate, hits his only home run of the year to take a 2-run deficit into a one-run win that gave them the section championship outright and basically just set them on the run towards the district championship.
That's going to be down low, and now make it 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So certainly not your prototypical 9-hitter, to say the least. And he started
No.
the year as the leadoff guy, but struggled for a bit, hitting under the Mendoza line, actually, at 185 on the year, but a threat year after year, every at-bat. A lot of hard-hit balls that just have not gone his way. But he's also, drawn a few walks, and, he's a speed demon on the bases. This is a big at-bat here now with the count full.
So the righty on righty, here, or righty on lefty, excuse me. Here we go. Up high, he draws the walk to start the inning.
So both Riverside and Shenango had leadoff guys on in the second inning. No runs scored. Riverside gets a leadoff runner on base in the third. They get a run in. Shenango does the same, and again, turning it over, the bottom of the order, getting on base for the top of the order. Grayson Hooks, who will take a quick stroll down with Coach Kelly. I'm sure he's talking about what the best scenario to use in the courtroom is over there. The best
I think he has the final ruling every time, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely he does.
Lively takes his lead at first.
How about that? Coach Kelly, though, age 66 when he first took over Shenango, and that was his first head coaching job at the varsity level. Coaching, a lot of, AAU-style ball, travel ball. Coached as an assistant at Westminster for a few years. Longtime hoops assistant with Coach Blundo at Newcastle. Another throw over is getting back is Lively, but get your first head coaching job at age 66, and he just said, hey, I'm at a point in my career that I can step away a little bit more. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's excellent. It's just a great opportunity. You might as well do something you love to do. So Lively takes the lead at first. Pitch outside. He's caught between second and first. He'll throw back. He's in a rundown as they throw back to first, and they're going to get him. As Lively strode too far on first, try to steal a base, and in the process gets shut down.
Well, once he makes that commitment going to second base, I think if he just keeps going the whole way, Tim, he might beat the throw, because the throw down to first base, Mitch Garvin, he's got his back turned to the play as he's supposed to be able to put a tag down quickly. He doesn't know that the runner is going to second base. That extra second, I think Lively could have made it there, but instead it will go down as a caught stealing.
Yeah. So Hooks up here, the lefty.
Makes it 2-0 after that one goes upstairs. But that's the thing, too. A lot of balls thrown here to begin this inning. That's the last thing you want to do. Again, the top of the order up. You do the right thing to get on base, but the last thing you can afford to do is get out on the base pass.
Exactly. He's going to square the bunt here. And the ball's going to bounce off the catcher's mitt and bounce away. And it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I
got
3-0.
3-0, excuse me.
You're still looking at Lively's at bat.
Yep.
3-0 the count. I was never a fan of the fake bunt like that, but it does sometimes just give a bit of a different eyesight to a pitcher, and sometimes can be enough to distract him.
Up high, ball 4. So he walks on 4 pitches, second walk of the inning here.
But with 1 down after the first one was caught stealing, and again, though, with a runner on base, that means that you can't be as passive when you pitch against Tyler Kammerer here.
Christian Nucarelli into his 3rd inning here for Riverside.
Score update in section play. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Neshannock leading Laurel 3-1.
So Hook takes his lead at first. Kammerer at the plate. And ball outside, ball 1. McDade made a nice play on that ball, keeping it in front of him, not allowing the runner to advance on that.
Yeah, some coaches and players are trained, if you see the ball in the dirt early enough, you're off and running, but you got to read it correctly, and Hook's maybe playing a little bit safer too, knowing there's a good arm behind the plate.
And he makes another nice play, scooting out to the right side, making that stop. 2 balls, no strikes.
And in the end, you might say that it was far enough away you should have been able to get there, but guess what? Hooks is still on the base paths, so he did the right thing. If you're unsure, you're still safe if you don't go.
And outside, on the outside corner for a strike, makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. So Kammerer, the shortstop, flew out to right field in his first at-bat. This one is going to be outside again. Now 3 balls and a strike.
And interesting, after that 2-0 pitch that was called outside, maybe a bit questionable if you have a K zone out there, but actually camera had a quick word with the home plate umpire. Wasn't sure if it was just asking, was that outside or just asking for confirmation on the count, but that was an interesting transition there.
Here's the pitch on the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A great pitch from Lucarelli, but actually a good hold from Kammerer. That's not a pitch you want to swing at on a 3-1 count. Now you get that again, you need to swing and put it in play, but good plate discipline really from Kammerer so far in this at bat.
So Lucarelli from the stretch. Runner goes, throw down to second base, strikeout at home plate, high throw at second. He'll be safe on the stolen base for Hooks. But we have a swing strikeout here on Kammerer.
So got 4 strikeouts now unofficially for Lucarelli. We'll have Tim check that for me real quick. But Grayson Hooks getting his second swiped bag of the year. Good jump on that full count pitch to at least get into scoring position for D'Angelo.
So runner at second base is Hooks. Lucarelli from the stretch with D'Angelo at the plate. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike.
Generous outside corner, been pretty consistent here through the first 3 innings of play from our home plate umpire.
There he got the runner. He gets back, though. Nice play there by Hooks, sliding into the backside of the base as the throw went to the first base side, so he had to come back sweeping with the tag, and he didn't go on the inside of the bag. He went to the outside to make it even farther, and he gets back safely.
Yeah, the only way you're safe is if the throw is a little bit offline and you make a perfect slide, and both those things happen. Lucarelli's throw a little bit to the second base side, meaning you had to reach first from Burry, but it's a deep lead at second base, and again, Burry actually playing in front of the runner.
And that's just good base running, actually. You want to be behind. You want to give that illusion and be behind it for you have actually a better angle back to the bag if they do make a play.
Yeah, so
and you also like to give that illusion to the catcher that you're a little farther off than you actually are.
It's a good 2-out lead that he's getting there.
Yep. Here's the pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike.
I mean, we'll keep it right here so you can see it here for a minute, but just look at the depth that he's getting on this lead, and actually he's been behind the shortstop Burry when the pitch is being delivered.
Yeah, and that's actually perfect base running.
Yeah, like base running is so good. A couple errors today. It's been a little bit interesting, but he's done well.
Swing and a miss. Even the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's the beauty of having a producer, Dom Summers, over here, a former student. I can just boss around and say, no, I'm taking over the monitor for a minute. I want to look at this. Got a good baseball mind working the monitor, but we want to make sure we saw that one good.
Lucarelli looks for the sign. Runner takes his lead at second base. 2 down. Outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. The string is out. On D'Angelo at the plate, the right fielder. He struck out looking his last time at the plate.
And also good job by Burry at shortstop. He's talking with the base umpire, Dave Craycraft. Want to make sure that he can see the ball coming off of the bat.
Here's the pitch. Back to the screen, ball 4. Runner will not advance as it comes bouncing right back to McCade. And he'll just hang on to it and give it back to the pitcher in Lucarelli.
Team high 14th walk drawn by D'Angelo on the year. But actually a smart play, and that's knowing the field that you have here if you're Grayson Hooks at second base, because he knew right off the pitch he never moved. He knew that ball was going to bounce right back and be easy pickings if he tried to take that bag.
So runners take their leads at second and first. From the stretch, Lucarelli throws outside, ball 1. Campoli reached on an error in the second inning.
That's now 3 walks this inning by Lucarelli, 4 in the game. And I like this move, though, by your catcher, Darren McDade. Going out there, calm down your young hurler, talk a little bit, think about what your strategy is, and basically saying, hey, don't overthrow. We got a good defense behind us. Campoli's a great hitter, but if he hits it, he hits it. You can't afford to give walk after walk after walk, because eventually it'll bite you.
So runner at second and first. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down here. Campoli at the plate. Lucarelli from the stretch. Going to go outside. Down low, and it'll be ball 1. Excuse me, ball 2.
Yeah, the pitch before the mound visit.
Yep.
2-0 now the count.
Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3.
And that's part of it too, Tim, is that really you had the pickoff at second base as a pitcher. You misfired. You have to be able to recover from that. But since then, it's been a walk and now 3 straight misses here to Campoli. And now you wonder your cleanup hitter, do you give him the green light?
Lucarelli's pitch. Down the middle for a strike. 3 balls and a strike.
Now, I'm not sure if he did have the green light there. I mean, I'm sure at 3-1, you're still saying, hey, you're my best hitter. If it's one that you can drive, you do. But if not, you know you have another pitch coming and a great hitter in Zach Herb standing behind you in the on-deck circle.
So Campelli, also the pitcher here for the Cats at the plate. Pops it up. Looks like that will be out of play, and it will be.
I didn't hear a crash, so my car is still safe.
Mine's too far away. If he reaches mine, that will be a world's record.
That would be our Maley Chiropractic play of the year, is what you're saying?
Exactly. So runners take their leads at second and first. Campoli at the plate, trying to help himself.
Runners will be off with the pitch, full count with 2 outs.
Step off the mound and no throw to second base.
Yeah, not surprised if you already got the runners leaning early. You know they're going to be off with the pitch. That's a good idea, just to do that little slow inside move, see if you can catch one of the runners napping.
So runners take their lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be inside. Ball 4, and we now have the bases loaded here for the first time today.
Bases full of Cats, and we'll see if Zach Herb can cash in with a big red zone RBI, and you're going to get our first Pontius Insurance trip to the mound. Coach Oliastro is going to head out to the mound, talk to his team. Well, guess what? With Pontius Insurance, that's exactly what you get. Their coach, Dan Pontius, and his team will discuss their needs with you so you can put the attention to the things you love while they put the attention to the things you own. Visit them online, pontiusinsurance.com. Love the life you live. And, again, this is now 6 walks, and I like this. Coach Oliastro was talking just with his pitcher, just with his catcher. The rest of the infield talking amongst themselves, getting scenarios, making sure they know the situation. Bases loaded. You got to force out anywhere. But I like this. Coach Oliastro, not only that, but also the old school look. Still has the uniform on out there. The uniform, the base helmet. Actually, these are the 2 of the only coaches that you will see in all of WPIAL that wear the base helmet, which I do believe is supposed to be mandatory by now, but is still in the exhibition phase, so to speak. But
obviously, for safety reasons, it makes perfectly sense. And you've been around that long, you're going to do what's right.
Oh, absolutely. He hasn't been out there 54 years.
For no reason, exactly. Bases loaded here of Cats. Herb at the plate.
Yeah, hired at age 23 years old, now 78.
What a career. Hall of Fame career. Inside corner for a strike.
So you're telling me in 1,032 games as a high school coach, he's seen a few things? Plus how many summer ball games probably?
You know the old saying, you come to a ballpark, you might see something new every time. He may have seen everything. Bases loaded. Here we go. 1-0 pitch. Or 0-1 pitch, excuse me, up high. Evens the count at 1-1.
That's a good question to ask Coach Oliastro. What's the last thing, or what's something recently that you've seen for the first time in a game? That would be tough.
It would be interesting stories he could tell about some of the unique things he's seen, I'm sure. Bases loaded. 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
I mean, I'm less than half of his age, but I've been around a ballpark a lot too, and I still find it interesting when I find new things happening on the ball field. I believe
I think we're going to get a pitching change.
I think we might here. Yeah, Coach Oleaster's going to go out there.
Middle
again.
of a count.
Yeah.
How about that?
And it looks like getting ready to go is number 1, which would be the freshman Hunter Garvin. He's the designated hitter, so if he's going to go in there, that would take the DH out of the game. I saw him moving around out there. Not sure if that's what it is, because I also have somebody running out from center field in Madden Bame.
I think they're bringing in the outfielder.
Yeah, so
to
Bame.
pitch. He's changing his glove.
Yep, Bame's going to go to pitch, and it looks like Garvin will go out into center field, so that will take the DH out of the game.
Yep.
Well, you know what? You can't afford a walk here. You're down 2-0 in the count. But, yeah, you can't afford a walk. If you, as a coach, again, you've seen it all in all these years, 54 years of coaching high school baseball. You know when your guy is done. And Lucarelli, not pleased in the dugout, just gave his glove a big chuck against the wall. He's understandably upset with himself. Definitely not the pitching performance that he would like, and definitely not what we're used to seeing from him. But at this point, it's out of his hands. Cheer on your teammate if you're Lucarelli, because you got Madden Bame, who's going to be coming onto the hill. Let's take out some numbers.
Well, it was just, not to
go ahead.
pile on Lucarelli at all, but 4 walks that inning.
Yeah.
One was eliminated on the stolen base attempt, but all 3 base runners are free passes.
Yeah, and, 3 of those came on.
He did get the 1 strikeout.
3 of those walks are on full count, so it's not like it was, 4-pitch walk, 4-pitch walk, 4-pitch walk, but
right.
A lot of balls
but
in
not
a row.
able to finish batters.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Similar to what we saw with Campoli in the previous inning, Tim, a lot of pitches that were left high. And, again, I speak from experience of playing on this field. And I remember the mound here at Chuck Tanner Field felt a little bit higher. I know it's not any higher, and there's no official
Yeah, it just has that odd feel to it. Exactly.
And I'm going to go on the other side of you real quick, Tim, because, yes, that's kind of what I remember, too. This center post is just slightly askew and onto the inside corner if you're a right-hander. So, sometimes little sight lines like that can make just that little bit of a difference for some pitchers. Now, for Campoli, he's here all the time throwing, so no real excuse for him. But for Lucarelli, that could be something, too, that just messes with the head. That little bit is all it can take to become an issue. But now it comes down to Bame. This will be his 4th appearance, all out of relief on the year for Madden Bame. And, it's a tough situation, to say the least, for Lucarelli. But at the same time now, a 2-0 count to Zach Herb with the bases loaded for a relief pitcher having to come in and go right at it.
So Madden will get some last-minute instructions here from the umpire. Let him know where his responsibilities are and what's going on. 2 down. He's inherited a 2 balls, 1 strike count.
No, 2-1 or 2-0?
I think it's 2-1.
Oh, it is 2-1. Yes, first pitch was a strike. I can't read my own writing, Tim.
It's all right. Welcome to my club. Bases loaded here of Cats. New pitcher on the mound. Bame throws. On the outside corner, evens the count at 2-2. Interesting stat here, James. If he walks it, it is Campelli's, it's Lucarelli's, responsibility. But if he gets the strikeout, it's his.
It's crazy. You're responsible for all the guys on base.
And gets the call, strike 3. Huge play here for Riverside. They lead 1-0. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Reached on a error at second base in the first inning. And there's a low, even up the count, out 1 ball, 1 strike. Hunter Garvin, the lefty at the plate on a 1-1 count. Going to be inside, makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hunter Garvin's the DH here for Riverside. Here's the pitch. Inside again, and they'll make it 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in the 4th inning. Hunter Garvin, who's the DH here for Riverside. He reached on an error at second base in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He goes down, strikes here to start the 4th. And that's the first out of the 4th inning. And I'll bring up Bo Forintero. Forintero was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning in his first at the plate. The wind in the pitch. Right back up the box, and it'll get into center field, and it'll go for a base hit. As the shortstop got there, but a little unable to make the play. So Forintero reaches on the first base hit, or base hit. Slow ground ball up the box. And I'll bring up Mitch Garvin, the first baseman. He hit it in a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning back in the 2nd inning. Runner at first takes his lead. Swing and a foul back. Makes it no balls, 1 strike here in the 4th. Mitch Garvin at the plate. Bo Ferentero takes his lead at first. Throw over, and he's back safely. Throw again over to first. High throw. Nice catch there by Bryant. So Forintero takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch from the stretch, and it's another foul ball right side out of play. Simcampelli checks the runner at first. 0-2 count. Throw over to first, and he's back again safely. Forintero is the runner at first. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a drive to right field, and the Sun's going to play havoc. It's going to drop in front of him. The runner will advance to second, and he's going to be caught on a unique play as that goes from right field to the shortstop. 9-6 for the recorded out for the assist. That is one of those unique plays that we were talking about earlier. That was a routine fly ball, but the sun is directly in his eyes. He couldn't catch it, fell in front of him. Runner couldn't advance, and he got thrown out at second base by the right fielder. And here's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. So that goes as a fielder's choice, I guess. Deep down, and now bring up Sammy Barber. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. Excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike. Barber, the third baseman, with a runner at first base. He's the batter. Throw over. He's back safely. Here's a swing and a foul right back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sammy Barber at the plate. Runner takes his lead. Throw over. He's back safely. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3. So Barber goes down on strikes. And let's take a timeout as you're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve. For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
As we move to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's Ziegler, Maley, and Cook due up here for the Cats. Ziegler, the catcher, was grounded out back to the pitcher, 1-3 in his first at-bat. Try to sacrifice the runner over. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 1. Bame looks in for the, and here's the pitch. Inside, ball 2. Bane, righty from the third base side of the rubber. Gets it over on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody else. Just started the top of the fourth inning here. Ziegler at the plate here for the Cats. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on and hit towards right field. Down the line, it'll cross into foul territory and drop. And it will be just a long strike. So Ziegler will come back to the plate. One ball, two strike is the count. Bain looks in. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be outside, and it'll even up the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Back out. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We were all wrong up here. Broadcasters, producers, scorekeepers. We're supposed to check each other, make sure we're on the right page, and not all be wrong.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards short. It's just past the line. He's going to make the throw in time. What a play there by Burley.
Man, unreal that play that
Barehanded
you just saw.
it and came in. Just got a little dribbler past the pitcher.
There was only one way he was going to make that play, and it was with the barehanded. And Evan Burry, well, talk about a nominee for your May the Chiropractic Play of the Game.
Yes.
I'm not sure you're going to find a better one than that.
And there it is. 6-3. Yeah, just routine out.
It looks routine.
In the scorebooks, yep.
I promise you it was
And
anything
on the
but.
outside corner, first strike here.
So this is Adam Bryan, who had the
Adam
crazy
Bryant,
play in
yeah.
his first at bat where he struck out but reached base when there was a rundown between home and third.
So Bryant, here's the pitch, and he's going to hit it into the gap between short and third base for a base hit.
That's your first hit of the game for Shenango Wildcats. So you've knocked the starter, Lucarelli, out of the game without a hit being allowed. By the way, let's finish the line on him. 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, but no runs and no hits. He is still the pitcher of record for Riverside in 2 2/3 innings thrown.
So Cook coming to the plate now. Throw over to first.
By the way, good inside-out swing. A pitch on the outside corner for the left-hander. Goes with the pitch, doesn't try to do too much with it, and just finds some open space on the left side of the infield.
Throw back over. He had leaning, but he gets back.
Bain wanted that one. It was close, but just barely getting the hand in there in time.
So one down here in the 4th inning. And Cook at the plate, the second baseman, waiting for the pitch. Up high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Cook, who does not have an at-bat in the game because that's when Malley pinch hit for him.
Yes. Well, we guys going to run over to the Riverside and just have a discussions.
I wonder if Riverside never got the word of the re-entry at
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're asking. I was just checking my.
Now, the coaches do not have to make any official ruling at the high school level to the other coaching staff. It's only to the umpire.
Right. And he did. And they did come over to the umpire and talk to him before that at bat. And now they discussed it, and they'll come back, and we'll get this plays underway. Give everybody a chance to have a little meetings everywhere. Okay. Everybody is on the same page?
I think what it was said, and when it happened, it was that number 5 was hitting for number 4.
Right.
That was Malley for Cook, but then they said Cook would re-enter. But then you're still supposed to give official notice of the re-entry afterwards, which is, I think, what the home plate umpire is saying is that we never got that official
information. Yeah.
Give them the benefit of the doubt because they had said, yep, I know he said that he will re-enter.
Yeah, there was a discussion before Maley came to the plate, so maybe it was mentioned at that moment. I'm not sure. Obviously, runner takes his lead at first. It'll throw over, and he's back safely again. 2 balls, no strikes here on Cook. Here's the pitch. And that is over for a strike. 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. So Bryant takes his lead at first. Throw over. He's back again safely. Bain keeping him close. Cook at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner at first. Here's the pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike. Caden Cook. 3 balls, 1 strike. They're going to throw over to first again. And Bryant will get back safely. Caden Cook, the senior, waits the pitch. Swing and a drive to center field. And it's going to come in. It's going to fall safely, and it'll advance the runner who had to hold up again and wait for that ball to appear either caught or hitting the ground. And that time he was able to advance as Bryant to second base. So back-to-back hits here for the Cats. All right, we're going to get a new batter here for Lively, I believe. No, Hunter's in still. Okay. Hunter will bat. So the left fielder, Lively at the plate with runners at second and first.
Yeah, I didn't have Lively ever out of the lineup, but
Yeah, I heard him mention. I thought for a second that they were going to make a pinch hitter trying to eavesdrop on the conversation there.
yeah, you could hear Coach Kelly down there. Back-to-back hits, though, for the Wildcats with 1 down.
Here's the pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
May have even just been a defensive replacement for a couple of innings after Lively struggled with a fly ball.
I think that's what's going to happen. So runners at second and first. Here's the pitch up high. 2 balls, or 1 ball, 1 strike, excuse me.
Lively, again, hasn't been hitting the cover off the ball this year, but he's always been the right man, the right spot.
Outside, 3-1 goes into a good hitter's count here for Hunter.
Leadoff man Grayson Hooks in the on-deck circle.
So Lively, the lefty, at the plate. Runners take their leads at second and first. And throw back. Nope, no one there to throw it to. He just steps off the mound. As Bain looked at second base and says, I would love to have thrown it, but I would have thrown it in the center field if I let it go.
And that's one of the tough ones for young pitchers to understand is that you do not have to throw on that play. You just have to finish the motion and step off of the back of the mound.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'll pitch ahead of myself, too.
Runners take their lead. 1 down here. Lively at the plate. Up high. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if they choose to maybe even take a chance here with even 1 out to send the runners.
You know, if it wasn't a left-handed batter, I think you might, but being it's a much easier throw down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, pretty deep lead at second base out there for Adam Bryant.
Payne checks on the runners. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lively goes down on strikes.
Lively chased a couple ones up in the zone, and it's so tough to lay off of those. But, man, I'll tell you what, again, we've had just so many pitches that have been left upstairs by all 3 pitchers that we've seen on the mound today. Score update now, bottom of the 5th inning, Neshannock leading Laurel 3-2. That's a big game here in section play as well as coming into this game. Coming into this game, you had Shenango, Laurel, and Neshannock all tied with 7-3 records.
All right, Hooks at the plate here for the Cats. 2 runners on, runners at first and second. That is Brian and Cook out there on the base path here for the Cats. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike.
A walk and a ground out in his 2 plate appearances. But a base hit likely means a tie ball game.
0-1 pitch coming here to Hooks. On the outside corner with a hook for a strike.
Beautiful backdoor curve. Comes in just next to the outside corner. You couldn't have put that on a tee in a better position than where you wanted that. Now 0-2 way ahead is Hunter Boehm. Or excuse me, is Madden Boehm.
Checks on the runners. Here's the pitch. Outside. Make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wanted to see if he would chase one. A fastball outside.
Yeah, bring a little extra cheddar on that one. A little too far outside to attract the eye of Hooks.
Gets the sign. Checks on the runners. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be served out to the left field, and it's going to hit. It's fair ball. This will plate the tying run. They're going to hold up the go-ahead run at third base, but a double will plate here for the Cats to tie this game at 1.
Well, I mentioned the last pitch. You couldn't have placed it on a tee any better. You couldn't have hit that flare in any better spot. Less than a foot inside the third base line. Definitely a fair ball. We got the perfect vantage point from up here. But again, the first hit of the inning from Bryant, a flare the other way from a left-hander. Same thing here. Not trying to do too much with it. Almost just stick the bat out, but go with the pitch and get something in play. And with that double, we'll have an intentional walk to Tyler Kammerer, which will load the bases.
So we get bases are now loaded.
There's your first Red Zone RBI of the day. Make sure you visit the Red Zone up on Wilmington Road in Neshannock. All of your county sporting apparel needs, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Check them out on Facebook. Search the Red Zone, and you too can score big at the Red Zone.
So D'Angelo at the plate, the lefty. Base is full of Cats. Swings and he pops it up to left field, and he makes recorded out to end the inning. But we've got a run across the plate to tie this game after 4 innings of play at 1. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
And welcome back here, top of the 5th inning.
Sure.
Yeah, you want to take?
Yeah.
Here's my good friend and partner, James Dodson, taking you the rest of the way. It's been It's been a fun few innings here at Jack Tanner Field.
It has. You know, we normally go the middle three, but, you know, we got to deal with some technical difficulties, and we all wear many, many hats here at Lawrence County SportsNet, which is the beauty of it as we try to get to our 100 game number. Tim, today, unofficially game number 98. On that mark.
It will be done here shortly.
Well, actually, it should be done tomorrow. We will have two games on the air tomorrow, so we should have number 99 and 100. Technically, they'll start at 4. We'll start at 4:30. So we'll technically be number 100 officially there, Tim.
It depends on who ends first then?
No, I think we go by start time. Absolutely.
Sounds good.
So it'll be 9-1-2 coming into the contest. In the top of the 5th inning, Hayes, Boehm, and Schlosser. That will be out there to bat for Riverside as Tino Campoli will step to the plate. Or step to the mound, excuse me. Throws that one in. Evens the count at 1-1. Unofficially at about 65 pitches is Campoli after 4 innings of work. Breaking ball away. Count now 2-1.
Yeah, he's been just doing exactly what he needs to do each and every inning, just working out of some jams and working his way through the batting order.
This one swung on and missed. Evens the count at 2-2. By the way, with that run in the bottom of the 4th inning for Shenango, officially closes the book on Lucarelli. He will be a no decision, no pitch of record for the freshman today. 2-2 pitch called, strike 3 on the outside corner, 1 down in the top of the 5th. He now has a strikeout in all 5 innings, does Campoli. 5 Ks in 5 innings.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. Like I said, there he wanted to get ahead of the hitter right to start the inning and did it nicely and followed through.
So that brings the top of the order up. Madden Bain starting in center field. Now the pitcher fouls that one off of the mask of Ziegler behind the dish. Gives us a chance to remind you that coming up after the game, we'll announce our LCAP player of the game. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership dedicated to enhancing the quality of life within Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes and effects of poverty around the county and the Tri-County area. For more information on how you can assist, visit them online at lcap.org. That's LCCAP.org. LCAP, changing lives. Also take a look here during this inning at some of the out-of-town baseball games. And actually right on cue, our Crane Room score update. Laurel now ahead of Neshannock 4-3 thanks to a 2-run home run by Cam Calderero. Gotta love the live updates thanks to Game Changer. So many of the teams across Western PA now utilizing that app.
You know, you can see the difference as we talked about at the beginning of the game, James, that it's, a beautiful day for baseball. It was not really a cloud in the sky type thing, very small clouds and very bright. You can see the outfielders and the infielders having trouble with those pop-ups for the first time this year. They don't have that gray sky to play off of.
1 ball, 2 strike. The count. I actually preferred the bit of or no gray sky. Sometimes I would lose the ball in the clouds, but as this one swung on and missed, back-to-back Ks to start the inning. But a lot of fielders, especially outfielders, feel the other way. You need the cloud to give a good depth perception on some of those flies. I don't know why, personally. I was the opposite. I enjoyed having a clear day like this, but I also wouldn't want to be in right field with the sun right in my eyes.
That's exactly it. I think the sun, when they look up, it has been giving them troubles today.
Braden D'Angelo out there right now. The other right fielder, Aston Schlosser, at the plate, has been dealing with it for the Riverside Panthers defense.
And if you don't have the good sunglasses, and most of them probably don't, it's going to be difficult out there.
0-1 to count. High and away, evens the count at 1-1 to Schlosser, who does not have an official at bat yet today. A sacrifice in the first and a walk in the third.
You don't see too many outfielders wear the sunglasses, especially when you haven't had a need all year. But in a sunny day like today, they make a big difference. If you learn the fundamentals of how to put them on and take them off and to give yourself a better look at the ball, it's a huge, huge part of being an outfielder. Two
2-1 pitch downstairs. Count now 3-1. Some of the other games going on across the county today include Newcastle hosting Blackhawk on Senior Day. They need to win both against Blackhawk to make it into the playoffs. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Count runs full to Schlosser with 2 down in the top of the 5th inning. Wilmington at Conneaut Region play up in District 10. Mohawk against Rochester in non-section action. Elwood City hosting Western Beaver in non-section play. Payoff pitch, called, strike 3. And striking out the side in the top of the 5th inning is Tino Campoli. He's now got 7 on the day. We're tied at 1 heading to the bottom of the 5th here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve. For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
To the bottom of the 5th inning we go. Campoli, Herb, and Ziegler due up for the Shenango Wildcats. They tied it up in the bottom of the 4th inning on the RBI double by Grayson Hooks. 1 of 3 hits in that inning. That's the only hits of the game for the Cats. So Campoli reached on an error and walked in his 2 plate appearances so far today. 370 hitter on the season. Steps in, holds on a first pitch breaking ball, ball 1. Madden Bame, who came in with a 2-0 count and the bases loaded. Or 2-1 count, excuse me, bases loaded back in the bottom of the 3rd inning and got out of the jam.
See if the Cats can capitalize on that momentum that they had that last inning. Not only did they get the tying run across the plate, but they get Campoli goes out and gets a 3 and out with 3 strikeouts at the top of the next inning.
I like that little football 3 and out on the baseball diamond.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, we have a moment too. Got to give a shout out to our camera crew today, Hannah Bowen. We also got Rob Nattell up in the football press box. How about that on Len Pop Johnson Stadium? Giving us some good field views from high above down the right field line. Our producer, Dom Summers, trying to keep everything afloat. Trying pretty well. This one's popped up, foul territory down the 3rd base line, but it looks like they're going to run out of real estate, and it will fall harmlessly into the crowd down that Shenango sideline. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, what's really unique about this Chuck Tanner field is the 3rd and 1st base baselines are filled with grass. You don't see that very often.
You know, again, this is the 3rd time I'll make a reference when I was playing here, is that they thought they were going to be tearing out that grass and making the dirt baseline back then, and it's stayed that way for the last 15 years. Another pop fly in the right field here. Tough time looking for it, and good job to fight off the sun is Schlossel to get the first out of the inning. But this field officially created back in 1995. They've always had the grass baselines, and I think at this point they're content with staying with it.
Obviously. I mean, why not? Be a little different. Nothing wrong with that.
Tell you what, for me as a smaller, faster guy who loved the bunt.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to hit off a lip and roll foul or anything.
I was going to say, if you're a fundamental team that wants to move runners and that's just more area to lay down bunts and to maybe even slow down some runners in the same vein to make more plays at the plate, or even to slow a runner down going to first base.
First pitch swinging is Zach Herb and fouls that one off. 0-1 to count to the 3rd baseman, Zach Herb. Madden Bame on the bump. Breaking ball there. Poked down the left field line. Just foul. Just. And if it was a just fair on Grayson Hooks earlier, that one by about the same margin on the outside of the stripe.
Yeah, that was Herb looking. He goes, wait a minute. I'm halfway to second base. You're telling me it's foul? He's like putting his hands up saying, no. That had to be fair, right? No.
Well, he did the right thing. As soon as it was hit, he's off and running.
Oh, he did.
But what he doesn't see is the ball just getting that little bit of a hook
tail.
on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So 0-2 the count to Zach Herb.
Look at him. He's like, wow. That was a foul ball? Really? That was a foul ball. Got to regather himself. That's the smart thing to do. Step out. Get yourself comfortable at the plate.
And it wasn't by much. You were absolutely right. So now 0-2 the count, though. And gets right back in there and fouls one back into the screen. Count will remain 0-2. Mentioned some of the softball games today. Neshannock hosting Elwood. Newcastle, the big one at Hopewell with playoff implications. Laurel at Western Beaver, Union at Mohawk, all non-section games there. Wilmington and Region play still going on in District 10. They are at West Middlesex. That is tomorrow, though, not today. 0-2 the count. Breaking ball again, popped foul and out of play. And I'll tell you what, as far as we got the beautiful weather here now, Tim, it's going to be nice all week. But here's the issue. Even with how nice it is, as we're walking up to set up our camera beyond center field, sinking in the grass.
Oh, yeah.
As I go to hang the sign on the left field line, I'm still sinking. It's still very soft, actually so soft they couldn't even get the tractor out there. There's about a 15-foot pseudo-warning track of high grass out by the fence. As Herb pops another one up, but this one's going to be in play on the left side of the infield. Shortstop Evan Burry is going to settle under it, and he had some issues with that one, had to watch it all the way in to get the second out.
There you go. Yeah, and that's exactly it. I think that, like I said, being the first real sunny day of the season and dealing with that sun in May is giving the players a little trepidation out there, making it a little tougher on normal routine plays.
2 up, 2 down. Braden Ziegler sacrifice on a ground out in his 2 plate appearances. First pitch up here off the catcher's glove and back to the screen. Again, thanks to our friends at the Crane Room for that out-of-town scoreboard. Make sure you call ahead and reserve your seat for after the game, just a few minutes up the road on Wilmington Road in Newcastle. Another one popped foul and out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. That means we're going to have a little fun here, Tim.
Yeah, you're going to do both?
We're going to try. One ball, one strike to count. Turn fire in there for called strike 2. And, yeah, Tim, you're just going to take it.
All right. I'll let you play with the computers.
My
Baines pitch.
favorite pastime.
On the outside corner, strike 3 to end the inning. And you want to keep it here, or should we go for a break?
We can go for a break.
All right. We're tied at 1. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Welcome back here to Chuck Tanner Field as Burry, McDade, and Garvin do it up. That is Hunter Garvin, the DH, batting third this inning. Darren McKay batting second, and Evan Burry, the shortstop, leading off this inning.
And you're taking a look at Tino Campoli out there on the bump through 5 innings. We have unofficially at 79 pitches thrown for Campoli. Remember, it's a 100-pitch limit there, Tim, before you have to come out of the game. You can finish the at-bat once you pass the 100-pitch mark, but that must be the last batter that you face.
So we enter the 6th inning here. Evan Burry flew out to left field and reached on an error on his last at-bat. Burry's made a nice play at shortstop, playing some defense here today. Here for Riverside. Here's the pitch. Shows the bunt, and it'll go over in the corner for a strike. 0-1 pitch coming our way to Evan Burry. Here's the pitch, and he fouls it straight back. 0-2 now the count.
And we apologize as we work with the cameras here. A beautiful look that Rob Natel gets, but he also has just a little light that's right where the batter is. So sadly, we can't get you that view, but that's why you got Tim on the voices.
Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a little punch out to right field, and it's going to nice play by the right fielder. D'Angelo shading his eyes, going down to a knee, making the play. And I'm going to say it hit the ground.
Yeah,
they're going to say it hit the ground, so it's going to be a base hit, I believe. We're waiting for the umpire to signal for sure. No, it is an out. Okay, it is an out. He stayed at first base, throwing me off.
Well, and you know what? It was because the way he caught it, he kind of turned, and, I mean, you'll have to kind of look at the replay on our archive here, but it was just the way that he kind of slid and turned right that last second made it almost look like the ball may have popped out. But it looks from our angle here that he did squeeze it the entire way.
So Darren McCade, the catcher, struck out 2 times here today at the plate, swinging a foul back, I should say. Strike 1.
Yeah, so not the camera views we like, obviously, Tim. We apologize, but makes it like an old radio call.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I have to go back to my radio style.
Yeah.
And here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes here.
Beautiful look on the outside corner there. He's pounded that outside corner the last couple of innings.
Yep. Campelli looks into the catcher. Here's the rock in the throw. And a ground ball to first base. Fielded off the glove. It'll get past him, and they'll beat it out for a base hit is Darren McCade. And that is going to go either way. That was a tough fielding there for Bryant at first base. It had a wicked bounce to it and went inside the bag and down the right field line. And I'm leaning towards a base hit on that.
I'll follow with you on that. So runner on first, and we do have a courtesy runner in there.
Yep.
Tim, that's number 27 for Riverside at first base. So they'll get that all straightened out.
Hunter Gavin, the DH, struck out in his last at-bat. Runner at first is McDade. He takes his lead. From the stretch, Campelli throws inside, ball 1. So Campelli.
Barron Hardy, by the way, is your courtesy runner at first base.
So Hardy takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch. They square. They're going to bump it up. And the pitcher's going to catch it. And on the fly for the out. As that was a great play there by Campoli, making a nice play. Campoli going in. The freshman coming off the mound and calling for it the whole way. Stepping in front of the catcher, making the play. And actually, it was easier for him coming in on it, James, than I think the catcher to try to turn around to make that play.
Oh, absolutely. Always easier for the pitcher in that situation, but you have to be a pitcher who is ready to go. You got to be in that proper position to be able to make that play.
Bo Forintero. Throw over to first. Back safely. Campoli looks in for the signs. Runner takes his lead at first.
Big lead at first.
Here's the pitch. Outside. On the corner for a strike.
And again, it's been a pretty generous outside corner, and these pitchers are taking advantage. Another snap throw, and
oh, yes.
Man, was that close.
Campoli's done a nice job trying to keep runners close all night, all afternoon long.
I like that snap throw, though, before he even got set.
He looks in. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Actually, it's going to be a foul. Deep fly ball. Will it go into foul territory? Yes, it will, and go out of bounds. And out of play on the right-hand side, so we'll do it again.
I'll tell you what, Tim, it's not only playing havoc the sun with the fielders, but with us as well.
It's tough. I'm really watching the players' reactions to the ball more than anything, just because of where we're at. And the once it gets out of our sight going up high, it's tough to pick up. So, Forentero back at the plate. No ball, 1 strike. Runner takes his lead to throw over again.
I got 0-2 on the count, Tim.
0-2, excuse me. Yep, that's what it is. It's Baron Hardy at first. He takes his lead. Ball's going to get away from but he's not going to advance. Nice play there by Ziegler, keeping the ball in front of him, keeping the play in front of him, not really giving Hardy a chance to advance.
How many times have we said that
2 balls,
today?
1 strike is the count.
With Ziegler. Ziegler
1 ball,
plays.
2 strikes. 1 ball, 2
yeah,
strikes.
There you go. I flipped it around.
Yep. There we go. Outside, throw down to first, and snap throw's not in time. He's back safely as Hardy. But I'll even the count now at 2-2.
Tell you what, I don't mind this view, Tim. I get to see a couple little camera angles right now, and especially just seeing, not seeing the pitch, but watching the base runners go here. Very interesting. You got a big secondary, and that's why Ziegler took a shot down.
Takes the throw over again.
And how about Campoli's throwovers? Each one right on the bag, low, a quick, easy tag.
That is total practice and total faith in your abilities. Here's the pitch. High. Now make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first is the courtesy runner in Baron Hardy.
And with 2 outs, he'll be off and running with the pitch.
Ferentino at the plate. Here's the pitch. Popped it up. And it's going to go out of play behind us, and he'll do it again. Ferentaro struck out in the 2nd inning and had one of those unique plays he was involved in, a 9-6 fielder's choice.
That's pretty unique.
He was the out.
Yeah, he had to wait and watch.
Yes.
Make sure the ball wasn't caught, and because of that, you end up in no man's land. Better to be the force out at second base than to be the double play.
You got to base it, and then was eliminated at second base. Here's the pitch. Another foul off to the right side. We'll do it again. So the string is out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first is a courtesy runner in Baron Hardy. He'll return to first base. Ferentaro is at the plate. And we're going to have a little meeting between the manager and the first base coach here and the first base runner.
Well, it had unique Pontius Insurance timeout as Coach Oliastro will come over and talk with first base coach John Marnicio. And the courtesy runner, Hardy, as well. Said Coach Marnicio has been with Coach Oliastro from the beginning, since 1969. The summer of '69 was not the greatest year for the Riverside baseball program, but it's certainly been nice ever since. 665 total wins with those 2 in the dugout for the Panthers.
Here's the pitch. Foul back again as Hardy was on the move. So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the top of the 6th. Ferentaro at the plate. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. as Campelli gets the strikeout to end the inning. And we have played 5.5 here at Chuck Tanner Field with a 1-1 tie. You're listening to LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
As we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning, we are tied at 1 here between Riverside and Shenango, and the Cats will send Bryant, Cook, and Lively to the plate.
And we'll see who will bat in the 9 spot, because we believe that Lively was subbed out of the game. Couldn't tell who was in there defensively. We'll see what that switch might be here. Bryant and Cook for sure will be the first 2, it looks like.
So Bain on the mound, looks and throws. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom half of the 6th inning here. We're tied at 1 between Riverside and Shenango. Bryant, the first baseman, the lefty, takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everyone's playing about straight away. Just normal infield depth and outfield depth. Here's the pitch, and a foul straight back to us. Goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bain rocks and throws. On the inside, just off the plate. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a final. Laurel defeats Neshannock. Final score 4-3 in that one. Good one in softball going on. Newcastle leading Hopewell 11-6.
Ground ball, second base side. Nice play. Pick up and throw there by Hayes to Garvin for the out.
Yeah, good job to get to the spot first from Sean Hayes and then make a good strong throw from deep in the hole. He was on the outfield grass for that one.
Yeah, he made a nice roll to his right there to make that play. All right, and so I'll bring up Cook to face Bain. Bain winds and throws. Up high, ball 1. Caden Cook, the senior, at the plate here for the Cats. 1 down here in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike.
Cook was pinch hit for in his first at bat in the 2nd inning, and then singled on a flare up the middle. So he's 1 for 1 on the day.
Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 up for Riverside will be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the top of the 7th. Mitch Garvin, Barber, and Hayes.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off right side. He'll stay. They'll actually move to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 6th. Cook at the plate. Here's the pitch from Blaine. On the outside corner for strike 3. Called looking. And that will bring up, it looks like it's going to be Benny Santangelo,
yep. Santangelo, who's kind of an every other day starter, the way that the Shenango's defensive alignment has worked based on pitching.
And he pops it up. Second base side. Hayes is there, and he makes the play to end the inning.
So Cats go down in order for the second straight inning. We'll be tied going into the 7th inning here, Tim. How about that?
Not too bad. All right, we've played 6. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. To the top of the 7th inning we go on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. I'm James Dotson with Tim Contalenza alongside. Tino Campoli, 1 unearned run is all he allows in 6 innings, but his work on the bump is done. They'll bring in the closer, Zach Herb, from third base. Those two flip-flop positions as we get ready for the top of the 7th inning. Herb with a pair of saves on the year, a 1-1 record, and now his 12th appearance. How about that? They've played now 16 games, and he's pitched in 12 of those 16. Man, that's your relief pitcher to a T there, Tim.
Yeah, that is. That is a what you call a manager's delight. Someone you know that you can use on every game if necessary.
So no runs, or I'm sorry, 1 run. It was unearned. And 8 strikeouts and a pair of walks in the game from Tino Campoli, but both he and Christian Lucarelli on the other side for Riverside, the 2 starters, will both not be the pitcher of record in today's contest. Battle for first place, Riverside 9-1, Shenango at 7-3, Laurel now at 8-3 after their victory over Neshannock. Neshannock now at 7-4. We'll have that rematch from Bubba Kirkwood Field tomorrow, 4:30 first pitch for that one. 7, 8, 9 hitters for Shenango coming to the plate. Mitch Garvin, Sammy Barber, and Sean Hayes. The 3 due up. First pitch in there for a strike from Zach Herb. Oh and 1 the count. Another one in there for strike 2. Herb, the junkyard dog, as Coach Kelly has given him that moniker over the last couple of years. Just goes and gets the job done. Breaking ball there. Good piece of hitting on the 0-2 pitch to hit it the other way for just the 3rd hit of the ball game.
Nice bit of hitting there. Just looking for the ball. Took it on where it was pitched and right into the hole between second and first for a base hit into right field. And they got their leadoff hitter or leadoff runner on base, and now that represents the leading run here.
Maybe a little bit too good of a pitch on an 0-2 count, I think, is what Zach Herb might be thinking. Left it hang just a little bit. Mitch Garvin made him pay, and now wondering if we're going to get a pinch runner out at first base. Yeah, it looks like there already
27,
is.
Yeah,
27 was Barron Hardy, who we saw as a courtesy runner earlier. He now is a pinch runner.
And Sammy Barber, he walked, I believe, and struck out in the game, and also scored a run. So see if he squares the bunt. There it is.
Pulls back and called strike 1 on the outside corner. Barron Hardy, by the way, 5 stolen bases on the season.
Interested to see how they handle this at first base. Will they bring the first baseman into field, or will they just leave him at first base?
This one just misses outside, evens the count at 1-1, and
Didn't
see a lot of movement over
yeah.
at first base, and Bryant did it.
No, he's going to hold the runner. Looks like they're going to let him fill that position for if they'll play. The play will be at first.
So, I mean, if you're Sammy Barber, you just want to get the bunt down, but if anything, you want it on the first base side of the rubber. That's where Herb directs. This punt popped up back towards the screen. Ziegler's going to run out of room. Count now 1-2. So we've seen a couple of bunt attempts the last 2 innings for Riverside, and something you don't see very often, the bunts not getting down.
Yeah, they got them down early in the game, and the last couple opportunities, they have popped them up. That one foul.
1 ball, 2 strike now. The count to Barber, a .280 hitter on the year.
Question now is, do you keep the bunt on? Because if you foul it off, you're out.
Well, it's all about the trust that you have in your batter. He also has 12 walks on the year and 7 hit batsmen, so he's gotten on base the easy and hard way a lot this year. 1-2, long pause from Herb, and they do look to square, and he does get the bunt down. What a great piece of sacrifice baseball. A sacrifice bunt with 2 strikes, 1-3 on the putout will move Hardy into scoring position with 1 down.
Yeah, big out there. They move the runner over to second base. He does his job. They'll bring Sean Hayes to the plate and see what he can do here.
What trust Coach Oleaster has in his team to be able to do that. Now Sean Hayes has a sack of his own on the bunt attempt back in the 3rd. First pitch misses up at the eyes, ball 1. So Baron Hardy, the go-ahead run, standing at second base with 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Shenango will have the top of the order due up in the bottom half.
Let's see if he takes a secondary lead when the pitch is delivered here. Takes a small lead off of it.
Yeah, not a huge secondary lead there at second base. Count even at 1-1 to Hayes, a .263 hitter looking for his 5th ribby of the year, and it would be a huge one that would give his team the lead. A win means a section championship outright for the Panthers. 1-1 pitch, called strike 2 on the outside corner.
So the pressure's kind of on Herb here. Gave up the opening hit here in this inning. Gets the sacrifice bunt out. And now working for out number 2 at runner at second base.
Herb has only allowed a single earned run on the season. Fastball just misses outside. 2-2 the count. Ziegler didn't move his glove, but he was set up outside.
Definitely off the plate, but you're saying, like, I'll be honest, I think that was meant to be outside to see if he would chase.
Now, when the fans see the glove not move, you know what they want. Count now 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on the fastball, the first strikeout of the day for Zach Herb in relief. Top of the order now up, Madam Bame 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout to his credit. I misspoke earlier, Zach Herb 2 earned runs allowed on the season, but still a .6 ERA.
So Bame now at the plate.
Strawled, strike 1 on the outside corner. Mentioned again, Bame, we mentioned it earlier. The leadoff hitter leads the team in RBIs, 17 on the season. It's for reasons like this. Bottom of the order gets on, moved over to second base in scoring position for one of your best hitters in that leadoff hole. Good breaking ball, but better job to lay off of it by Bame. Evens the count at 1-1. Baron Hardy, the pinch runner at second base. 2 down, top of the 7th inning. Long pause. This one popped up on the right side of the field. And I don't know if anybody's going to get to it. Diving attempt, and he held on. Braden D'Angelo wasn't sure where it was. Took the first step back, had to come in with all his might, and that's the second crazy play that we have seen him make in the outfield here today. Fighting the sun, making the catch, and giving his team a chance now in the bottom of the 7th inning to walk it off here at Chuck Tanner Field. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Bottom of the 7th inning coming at you. Top of the order due up for Shenango, tied at 1. We'll have the Tri-County Principals post-game show coming up after the game. Will it be after this half inning? If so, it would mean a Shenango walk-off, but they have the top of the order due up. But let's go back to these spectacular plays these last 2 innings made in the outfield by Braden D'Angelo, the starting right fielder.
Yeah, the last one to end the inning was a high fly ball that he had to fight the sun for. He went back because he heard the crack of the bat and then recognized the ball was going to come in. He had to come on a dead run, dive forward, make the catch, and hang on to it as he crashed to the ground. A beautiful play, a important play getting that out because that prevented that run from second base from scoring.
Hooks, Cameron, D'Angelo, your top 3 in the order for Shenango. First pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1. Madden Bame has been solid on the bump since he came in with 2 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 0-1. Another backdoor breaking ball. He's painted the outside corner twice.
Yeah, Bain has pitched well since coming in relief. Got the strikeout when they needed it. When in his first batter that he faced, when he inherited a 1-1 count, or 2-1 count, excuse me.
Hooks had his 10th ribby of the year in his last at bat. Knocked in the only run of the game. How about that? It's not the batter calling time. It's Coach Kelly asking for time, as there was a long pause on the mound. So it means Coach Kelly is using his official offensive conference with this leadoff batter. Grayson Hooks in that count was down 1 ball, 2 strike when he flared it to left field for that RBI double. Down 0-2 here. Bame winds, delivers. Ground ball into the Riverside dugout.
A little ping pong here. This ball bounced all the way out to second base on the foul ball off the ricochet of the fence over there in front of the dugout.
I give a shout out to Aiden Garcia there on the in the dugout. Did a little limbo to show off the moves a little bit, and I think wise here just to get a new ball, check it out, and make sure that it's all right after it hit so hard off the corner of the dugout.
Could have a little scuff on there. There's no question about it. And the pitcher wants a different ball.
The game within the game, Tim. You got to love it.
You got to love it. Bain goes, you know what? Give me another one if you don't mind.
No ball, 2 strike. Bame delivers. Popped up on the left side. Fornatero settling under it in left field, and he'll make the catch for the big first out of the inning.
Yeah, anytime you get that leadoff hitter out, it always sets you up better. Bain has done a nice job since coming in, really attacking the hitters, getting the outs when they needed them. The Cats down to the final 2 outs here, at least in the Schedule 7.
Tyler Kammerer at the plate. First pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1, and Kammerer has had a flair for the dramatic many times this year. It'd be interesting to see how Riverside handles him. He was intentionally walked in his last at bat. 0 for 2 on the day. This one drilled down the left field line, but that's going to hook foul into the play area.
Yeah, just a little too soon. Just out in front of that one.
And again, working ahead. Great job by Madden Bame. Basically since he's come in. 0-2 pitch, drilled the other way, and that's going to fall in for a 1-out single Tyler Kammerer hitting over 600 on the year. On base, he is the potential winning run. And he's got 4 swiped bags on the year as well, Tim.
I was just going to say, I wonder how aggressive they may get now that they got that runner on base. It is the the bottom of the 7th inning. You're at home. You're looking for the walk-off. Yep. And you got, the middle of your order coming up here.
0 for 2 is D'Angelo as he steps to the plate. A strikeout and a walk to his credit. Quick throw over, getting back on his feet is the Chipola College recruit. We're heading down to Florida to play ball next year. Will TK, Tyler Kammerer. Right now he's looking to make it 270 feet around the bases. And he's off where he actually went on a fake steal. Didn't think he got a good enough jump maybe. Breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, right now you're just looking to get that lead. You're looking to see if you can, make that run, possibly score from first base or at least get the third if the ball, gets through the infield.
He's off on this pitch. It's right up the middle. Kammerer's going to get there, and that's at least going to prevent the double play. He's into scoring position, 4-3 on the putout. Good play by Hayes to get the out.
Yeah, sending the runner prevents the double play. Obviously, the hit and run on. It was perfectly executed. Moves the runner into scoring position without necessarily using the bunt play. And now you have an opportunity, with a base hit to win the scoring run.
That's Tino Campoli, the starting pitcher, now the third baseman, to the plate with an open first base. You wonder how aggressive they will be here, and actually it looks like
I think they may just give him the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
He's obviously frustrated. He wants to swing.
Sure he does.
But you have Zach Herb, who's got 18 RBIs, coming to the plate with 2 down. So the second intentional free pass given. And don't have an official pitch count right now on Madden Bane, but I do believe even with that intentional walk, I think you are required to give a 4 pitch as if you gave 4 pitches.
Oh, really?
I do believe so.
Wow.
The Shannick and Laurel fans tuning in.
Would make sense.
First pitch drilled down the third baseline. We thank the Shannick and Laurel fans who have jumped in to watch their section foes do battle here in the final series of the regular season. Again, the playoff pairing show will come out for baseball on Friday, currently scheduled for 2 o'clock on the Trib Live High School Sports Network to find out where all these teams, Laurel and Shannick, and these 2, Shenango and Riverside, will be heading for the postseason.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense for that. Just if a scenario was late in a pitch count that they couldn't pitch around a hitter. If he had 98 pitches at the time, you couldn't ask for the intentional walk because you would then reach his limit, and that would be the next batter.
Oh, like if you're at pitch 99, you got a 3-1 count. Hey, let's just put him on right now. No, that'll cost you the 100th pitch type thing.
Yeah.
0-1 to count. Winning run at second base is the speedy Tyler Kammerer.
They get the play on the second base, and they throw back to shortstop. That was actually a nice play there by Bane, and he turned around. The shortstop stopped and decided not to get behind the runner because the runner got by him. And Bane realized that and threw the ball to the shortstop to prevent the throw going into center field.
And I think he did step off the back of the rubber, Tim, which means he wouldn't have had to throw it. But just to be safe, he basically just threw it in the dirt to make sure that Burry was able to smother it like a catcher. 0-1. Misses down and in. Count even at 1-1. 381 hitter on the year is Herb, looking to cash in the bottom of the 7th inning. Winning run at second base. This one fisted foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strike the count. Kammerer 1 out single. Campoli running at first base. His run means nothing. So he was put on base with the intentional walk. Now Bame just a strike away from potentially getting out of the jam.
Herb can get the win if he gets his base hit.
Trying to help himself out in the bottom of the 7th. Bame gets set. Fastball up and away. Gave a little extra on that one. 2-2 now the count.
Ball goes off the pitcher. Bane's glove. He runs it down. No advance by the runners. But pressure's on him on a 2-2. 2 out. 2 runners on here in the 7th.
Braden Ziegler in the on-deck circle. Will he have a chance? Herb trying to help himself and keep Shenango alive for the section title. Fisted foul yet again. And with Laurel's win today, by the way, if Shenango does get the sweep, Shenango will have swept both Laurel and Riverside if there is a three-way tie at the top of the standings. So Shenango would be the outright section champs. Even though records could be tied, they would have the official tiebreaker with head-to-heads. But we're still a long ways away from that.
They still need a run to get there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bame gets the signal from McDade. Now delivers. Swung on and missed for a huge strikeout. And guess what, folks? We got some free baseball coming your way. Tied through 7 innings. Shenango 1, Riverside 1 on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Here comes the 8th inning, extra innings on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
No gimmick baseball here.
No runners on second base, no international tiebreaker rule. First pitch in there for ball 1. Zach Herb, that was his 17th pitch, which is interesting because, you know, as the closer mentioned that he's pitched now in, this would be his 12th out of 16 games. If he throws many more pitches, he would be ineligible.
Yeah, for next game, right? 25?
Yeah, 25 is what he can hit without needing to.
Yeah, they must be willing. Well, yeah, they need to win this game.
Oh, yes.
The most important thing, if you're a Shenango fan, is you got to win today for tomorrow's game to have even more meaning for you. So most important thing is not necessarily pitch count as much as win today.
Yep.
To bring on tomorrow.
This one foul back to the screen. Count now 2-2.
And just the opposite, if you're Riverside, they're saying that we can end it today. We want to end it now. They're both in the same boat. You know, Riverside looking to clinch the section title.
Schlosser, Burry, and McDade, the 3 that are due up for Riverside. 2-3-4 hitters. That's chopped towards first base. Good job to smother it by Adam Bryant. Gets the high hop. 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning. I mean, here's the other thing, too. You get this next out. If you get, if you're right at that 25 pitch limit, do you then maybe consider making that change? It's all about. Well, they're going to have to bring.
They're going to make a change now.
They might make it now. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe they didn't want to get to that level.
Yeah.
To save him for possibly tomorrow.
So.
That's the hardest choice for a manager to make. Is when you have these game within the game type scenario like pitch counts, how do you decide on your closer? You're going to want him to be available for the next game.
Yep, and what they're actually going to do is they're going to bring who you would suppose to be the starter tomorrow
to start today or to finish tonight's game, and possibly, depending on how many pitches that he has today, be at least the starter tomorrow. Maybe not going deep in the game, but to kind of have a bullpen game tomorrow.
Yeah, but he could still go his full 100 tomorrow, both Herb and D'Angelo. So here's the other thing, too. Maybe you are looking at maybe Herb can start tomorrow. He does have one start to his credit on the season this year. So it's
yeah, exactly. There's big decisions there coming up for Coach Kelly.
Well, and not only that though, for these players too, because it's all about the preparation and the mindset, and the coaches knowing ahead of time, like, hey, here's the game plan. But Braden D'Angelo, you played in right field. You got to be ready to go at any moment. I know you're scheduled to start tomorrow, but you got to be ready to get in there at any time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that discussion happened in the last few innings, especially when the game got tied at 1.
So we're going to see how the switches work out. It looks like it's going to be number 14, Sam Patton, who's going to go out into right field.
It looks that way, yes.
And we'll see how they work the infield. Looks like Cook will come out. Campoli will go from third base to second base, and Herb will go back to third. His
natural position.
Yes, his natural position, it feels like it's been on the pitching mound. I mean, they are cats.
Natural infield position, where he started the game at third base. So let's say that.
I mean, they are cats. You can make a joke about the fact he's there so often you might need to set up a litter box for him, but that's neither here nor there. But in Herb's relief, he faced 5 batters, gave up 1 hit, had 1 strikeout. But again, will be a no decision in today's contest. This pitching change again brought to you by our friends at Pontius Insurance. Thanks to Dan Pontius and his entire team. Love the life you live, worry-free. Again, coming up after the game in our Tri-County Principals post-game show, we will give our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. All high school student athletes. Reminder that just for $25 to a visit at Maley Chiropractic, you get an adjustment and all therapies necessary during your sports season. Visit them online at MaleyChiropractic.com. So 1 down, top of the 6th inning. Evan Burry will step to the plate. First pitch, strike 1.
That's what you want to see when you come into relief. Get that first strike. And they're going to say, okay, he had the arm sleeve.
And he was ready to take it off, and he's like, I forgot about it. And
they're going to say, now you got to keep it on.
Oh, right. No, I think he turned it inside out to get the white part.
Turn it inside out. That makes sense. And swinging a foul back. Quickly ahead, 0-2 here. We're logging some miles today.
Yeah, we are.
Here's the pitch.
0-2. Just misses high and outside again. How many times have we seen those Wildcats hit their spot, Tim, but just a bit outside, like lined up just outside?
Exactly. And you got to give Riverside all the credit in the world at just hanging in there, not swinging at those pitches.
Another one just missing. 2-2 to count. And Tim, we're going to pull a little switcheroo on you again, I think.
Makes sense. Let's do it. D'Angelo. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Fouls it back. Stays 2-2. Here's the pitch. Foul back again. Braden D'Angelo has thrown 3 straight foul balls here. Evan Burry at the plate. And when he gets time, he'll step out. Evan Burry, who's the shortstop here for the Panthers, at the plate. Popped it up behind second base. Second baseman will take it, and Cook will record the out for out number 2.
I believe that's, so Cameron at short. Campoli had gone.
Oh, Campoli, yeah.
When they moved everybody
exactly.
around.
You're right.
Believe so.
I believe that is accurate. So 2 down here. Here's the pitch. Outside. Braden D'Angelo, the junior, on the mound here for the Cats. He winds and throws. Over the middle of the plate for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Darren McDade. Straight up swing. Up high. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. Keeps his hands low and then we're going to get called time here. As McDade will step out. Now he get back into it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Now even the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. We are tied at 1 as Braden D'Angelo on the mound here for Shenango. Burry will step out again. Evan Burry flew out to right field in his last at-bat. Excuse me, Darren McDade at the plate. And he'll call out on strikes on that pitch. And we have played 7.5 here. We're still tied at 1. The Cats coming to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Neither. No umpire at all.
Oh.
It's the coaches.
Oh, wow.
And if there's discrepancy, you go with the home team.
Okay.
Coming back in 3, 2, 1.
We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. As the Cats and the Panthers are tied at 1.
And interesting there, Tim, that Madden Baines still out there on the bump.
Yes.
Came in and he has thrown well. Don't have an official count. I'm going to try to guesstimate a little bit here, but he's had himself a fantastic day for sure throwing the baseball.
And they'll throw it down to second base here, and we're just moments away here to start the bottom half of the 8th. And coming to the plate is Ziegler. Braden Ziegler, the junior, digs in at home plate. Here we go. Bain with the pitch. Inside, almost hits him. He gets away. And a ball 1.
You could tell Bain just on that pitch. Not sure if he fell in the hole. I mean, you got a third pitcher out there for Shenango now. May have stepped into D'Angelo's hole and just kind of fell awkwardly to the side. And that's why the pitch went very haywire.
So Coach Kelly had a little discussion with the home plate umpire.
Making sure it didn't hit him.
Trying to tell him to make sure he stays on the rubber. I think that's what they were kind of discussion was about. Here we go. 0-1 pitch. Foul back. And he'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike. So Ziegler with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Found it off again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Shenango couldn't walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Can they do it in the 8th?
Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the box to the second base. Makes the play. Throw across in time for the out.
And that's a couple of times that Ziegler has been retired today on just absolutely phenomenal defensive play.
Yeah, Hayes did it again here for Riverside.
Evan Burry, the shortstop, got him on the barehanded throw earlier in the contest, and now this time the other middle infielder, Sean Hayes, getting that out, and maybe helps a little. Your catcher, never the fastest guy, though. Ziegler definitely a speedster, a big-time basketball player as well.
So Bryant back at the plate here for the Cats. He grounded out to second base his last time at the plate.
He does have the only run of the game, though, for Shenango. Singled and scored back in the 4th.
Outside. Ball 1.
And funny enough, that was actually right after the last time that Ziegler got robbed on a hit.
Here's the pitch. Up high.
3 balls.
3 balls, no strikes. Let's see if what they do here. Do they give him the fastball and let him swing away, or will they have him on a take?
I'll bet you have your 7-hitter taken all the way here, Tim.
And he takes the walk, but they get the potential winning run to first base.
That's the first natural walk issued by Bain. He had 2 intentional walks earlier in the contest. Now Coach Kelly's going to have a discussion. Might we have a pinch runner or a pinch hitter coming out?
Yeah, let's see. I've got number 14 with the bat in hand.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he had Sam Patton who had checked in. So Sam Patton, this is the hitter that is due up.
Due up, yeah. And this would be for in the Cook spot, correct?
Yep, so Cook was pinch hit from Malley in the 2nd, hit for himself twice, and then had to come out of the game with the defensive replacements. So you have the freshman coming to the plate in Sam Patton. Quick trip to the mound for Coach Oliastro. Patton on the season. This is only his 3rd plate appearance of the year. And it comes in crunch time.
Let's see what they do. A runner at first, 1 out. Throw over to first. He gets back safely. So Bryant walked. He's at first. Patton in his first plate appearance here today. Throw back over. Gets by the first baseman. But Bryant is going to get second base as it goes out of play. And they'll put the winning run at second base. And now Larry Kelly will have a discussion here with Patton as the winning run moves at the second base.
Yeah, so now
on the error there, the throw over.
Well, you knew what was going to be coming. I mean, the pickoffs were coming. It just went off the shoulder, and there's a little gate over there. That's all it was. That little gate did just enough.
Yeah, it just trickled through. So runner at second, and Patton now showing the bunt. He pops it up, and it's going to go out of play. So 0-1, I believe, is the count.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was the first pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, exactly.
Had to think that through. Yeah, two pickoffs.
Yep. Patton not looking to bunt here now. See if he squares when he. Well, looks like he's ready to bunt. There he goes. He squares and it goes outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you also can have a fake bunt on, hoping that the third baseman charges. Then you would have third base wide open for basically a
pull back and swing the ball. Let's see what they choose to do here.
Or even for an easy steal if the third baseman is charging. There's no one to be there to cover the bag.
Patton at the plate. Runner at second base is the winning run. Here's the pitch. He gets the bunt down, but it's going to go foul. And they'll have to do it again. Now there's 2 strikes. Let's see if Larry Kelly takes the bunt off on the freshman here.
Now, the reason why you bunt to get a guy to third base, you never know, make sure the play is done, but also all it takes then is one pass ball.
Exactly.
And you have a chance to score. But now 1-2 the count.
See if they let Patton swing away with 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bain on the mound.
Winning run at second.
Up high. Evens the count at 2-2. He was not showing the bunt at all on that pitch.
Yeah, you saw on the other side, Sammy Barber putting down a sacrifice with 2 strikes on him. Patton looking to swing away. Again, only his 3rd plate appearance of the season in varsity baseball.
Bain from the stretch. Runner at second. Throw out to second base. He's back safely. And we'll do it again here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We are tied at 1.
And with that winning run at second, the middle infield having to pay close attention to Bryant out there. Lots of room for Shenango if they can get a ball in play.
Sam Patton at the plate. High ball ball 3. So Bryant at second base will take his lead. 3-2, 1 out. Patton at the home plate, waiting for the pitch. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4. He draws the walk. And the inning continues with 1 down, but now 2 runners on.
And Benny Santangelo will now get his second at-bat of the game. And I believe Madden Bain has hit his limit. He will exit the game.
He's done a heck of a job here today. As even though he has the 2 runners are his responsibility, the runner at second is the only one that matters. As that represents the winning run here in the 8th inning. But Bain has had a terrific outing here today, come in relief of Lucarelli earlier.
So he throws 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. But he is the pitcher of record, responsible for the 2 runners on base.
All right. Now coming in to pitch is Hunter Gavin, the lefty.
So let's get you some numbers real quick maybe here, Tim, on Hunter Gavin. He started as a DH, went out to center field. Now the lefty going to the pitcher's mound. This will be his 8th appearance on the year. And how about this? We mentioned Zach Herb, only 2 earned runs on the year. Hunter Gavin, not a single one. He's not allowed any run on the year in his 11 1/3 innings pitched. 17 strikeouts. And again, this is the assumed starter for tomorrow. So both teams have had to go so far into their bullpen with extra innings that they've gone to tomorrow's starting pitcher to have to throw. But great work
by Madden.
Yeah, no kidding.
What a great job.
To work those almost 5 full innings in relief. A tough jam right when he came out. Worked through that, got out of the jam, and now you get to see a complete switch as it's the lefty coming onto the mound.
Yeah. And Benny Santangelo will be at the plate here for the Cats. Bryant is the winning run at second base. Runner at first is Sam Patton. Only way that one matters is if it's a home run. You'll just count.
Hey,
hey,
you say that. Hunter Lively had the walk-off home run right here against this team, hitting out of the 9-hole last year.
Well, here we go.
Lefty
Benny
on
Santangelo.
lefty.
This is Santangelo at the plate.
That's right. As Lively has been subbed out of the game, so Santangelo.
He fouls it back. Strike 1.
Well, Santangelo wouldn't have no problem in matching what Lively did earlier. But it was this spot in the 9-hole where that big swing happened a year ago.
So Benny Santangelo at the plate. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at second and first. The winning run is Bryant at second base. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. And it's popped up to center field. And it's going to make the catch. Runners will hold. And there'll be 2 outs as Bain back out in center field makes the play.
And right back to his old stomping grounds for the second out of the inning, but that does mean top of the order is now up.
Yep, Hooks coming to plate. Grayson Hooks, the sophomore, the lefty at lefty versus lefty. Bryant's the winning run at second base. Patton's at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. And that is going to be low, ball 1.
Well, not sure if it's intentional or if it was by pitch count that this change happened, but it works perfectly as you get lefty on lefty for the 9-1 hitters here. Works perfectly into Coach Oliastro's favor.
Runners take their lead. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. Hunter Garvin on the mound, the lefty, looks into the sign. The runners take their lead. Hooks at the plate, batting from the left side here for the Cats. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards short, picked up there. It'll flip over to second for the out, and we're headed to the top of the 9th inning. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
As we move to the top of the 9th inning here, playing extra inning games here at Chuck Tanner Field in Shenango. The Cats and the Panthers tied at 1. The Panthers trying to win this game. They will win the outright sectional championship with a victory here tonight. And the Cats trying to extend their season for a chance for a co- or tri-championship possibilities here. So we'll have to wait and see how this all winds out.
And the way it's going, if Shenango does get both of those wins, they would actually own all tiebreakers.
Braden D'Angelo back on the mound. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Hunter Garvin at the plate, the lefty versus the righty. Rocks and throws outside. Nice stop there by Ziegler. And 2 balls, no strikes. Classic pitching duel here at Chuck Tanner's Field here today. There's on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, pitching duel, but you've also got now 6 different hurlers that have been on the mound.
Yeah.
Talk about the depth of both of these pitching staffs. Tell you what.
Here's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. left base side, or third base out of play. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
D'Angelo, who came on in relief.
Garvin, 2-2. Here comes the pitch from D'Angelo. Fouls it back. We'll do it again at 2-2. Garvin reached early in the game on an error. He is struck out, and he popped up to the pitcher on a bunt attempt on his last at-bat. Fouls it back. We'll do it again, 2-2.
Yeah, good job of wasting pitches here from Hunter Garvin. And again, this is the game, within the series, is the fact that you can now go and potentially waste a team's starting pitcher for the next day.
Yeah. Right now, if you're the Cats, you're not worried about that. You just want to win and have that next day. I know the games will still be played. However,
Right.
You want an opportunity to still have that sectional championship available to you.
You win today and worry about tomorrow.
Exactly. It's kind of playoff attitude. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Garvin goes down with the strikes. And now we'll bring up Bo Ferentero. Bo has struck out twice today and was involved in that 9-6 fielder's choice.
Yeah, he was retired on the fielder's choice after singling back in the 4th inning.
Yeah.
And now 1 down.
Here's the pitch. Nice curve on the inside corner for a strike.
I like that. Working with a curveball early, you know Fornatero has power. A couple of home runs on the year for the .327 hitter.
Ferentero digs in at the plate. Here's the pitch from D'Angelo. Up high. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Braden D'Angelo, a junior, on the mound here for the Cats. Here's the pitch. Popped it up in the infield. Actually, it's going to go all the way out to center field. And we're going to make the play for the out.
Grayson Hooks going a long way over there, Tim, to get the catch.
He played it perfectly. Being really the quarterback out there, he called it the entire way. And he made the play. He's seen it the whole way.
Just a sophomore. It's impressive when you see sophomores and freshmen out there in the outfield in general, but especially roaming center field like that. It's a really young outfield. Santangelo and Hooks both sophomores. Sam Patton out there in right field's a freshman.
Mitch Garvin at the plate now here for Riverside.
He was removed for a pinch runner after his leadoff single in the top of the 7th inning, but that pinch runner stranded in scoring position.
Pitch outside again. 2 balls and a strike. Or 2 balls, no strike, excuse me. Ready on ready. Here's the pitch. Right over the middle of the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rocks and fires. On the outside corner for a strike. Evens the count at 2-2.
We'll look to the bottom of the 9th real quick. Shenango will have 2, 3, 4 hitters due up.
The junior rocks and throws. And we're going to have a fisted out to left field. It's deep, and it is off the wall. It's going to be thrown in, and they're going to hold him on a long single. How about that? They're going to throw behind the runner. He gets back to first. That was a play where I'm not sure anybody actually seen the ball other than the outfielder. And he turned around and played it right off the base of the fence there, James.
I can't believe how far that ball carried,
Yeah.
Tim. Like, everybody, the same thing, was, coming in, looking at something that was, going to be, maybe barely making it to the outfield grass, but instead it just keeps
300-foot
carrying.
single.
But, yeah, good job of getting the ball in by Santangelo. I think maybe even Mitch Garvin, the batter, was a little surprised how far the ball traveled.
Yeah. Runner at first, 2 down. On the outside corner for a strike. So Garvin gets the single, and that brings up Sandy Barber, the third baseman. Was out on a sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat. Up high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So now by my count, D'Angelo has hit 25 pitches. He can finish this at bat and still be considered at the 25-pitch mark.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Bobbled there, picked up and throw in time for the out. And I'll end the inning on the 25th pitch. And we move to the top of the 10th. Excuse me. Yeah.
Bottom of the ninth
Right,
still.
bottom of the ninth. Excuse
Hey,
me.
don't sell Shenango short is what they say.
Exactly.
Let's keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com, Tim, and take a look at this line score as we have it right now, because it's it's been quite impressive what we've seen these pitchers do. Shenango pitching has allowed 5 hits. Riverside pitching has allowed 4. Shenango has left now 11 on base. They're going to be a little frustrated about that one, I think, for sure. But overall, this has just been a game for the ages, and we may not be done yet. But, Shenango coming to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll have Cameron D'Angelo and Cam Poley up to bat against Hunter Garvin, who, again, was the supposed starter for tomorrow, the left-hander coming to the mound in relief. We'll keep an eye on what his count is at this point. Approximately, I have him at 5 pitches, but that's very approximate through his first 2 batters faced.
Well, it's going to be a game of nutrition from this point. See who can crack first. What offense can, scratch across that run however they do it. And it'll be interesting to see from this point on if either school gets a runner on, how they handle it from this point on. And if they play it more conservative and bunt people over, will they try to steal bases and make action happen? It'll be, like you said before, anything can happen. We've seen in the past where Hunter Lively hit that big 3-run homer. So anything going to go. As we get ready here comes the pitch from Garvin. Swing and foul back.
And again, one swing of the bat is all it could take, and Tino Campoli certainly has the juice for that. And he's third up, but Tyler Kammerer even more has the juice for that.
So Kammerer, down 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Over the middle of the plate for strike 2. On the curveball.
Again, great job working ahead for Hunter Garvin.
Garvin looks in. He rocks it outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kammerer at the plate. Here's the pitch. He's going to slice it right into center field for a base hit. They get the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 9th.
Great piece of 2-strike hitting, and he put it on a rope. His second hit of the game, and now you're going to see very likely, well, maybe not. I was going to say you see likely D'Angelo squaring the bunt, but you might also see Kammerer try to steal a base like he did in his last at-bat.
Cameron takes his lead from first. D'Angelo at the plate. Lefty versus lefty. And that's going to be over but low. Ball 1. Kammerer at first takes his lead. Garvin's from the stretch. Ground ball, first base side. They'll move the runner. Unassisted at first base. And that is as good as a bunt there, James, as they'll move the runner and the potential winning run to second base.
Yeah, called a pseudo-sacrifice. Can't give him one officially in the books.
So it goes 3 unassisted. And I'll bring up Campoli. And
Herb's going to take the bat from him.
Yep. They're just going to send him down to first base on the intentional walk. So he won't even have a chance to swing the bat. But Herb wants that bat, and he's going to try to win it here for the Cats.
Yep. I mean, second time that you've had Herb intentionally walked, or having to get to Herb, having Campoli intentionally walked. And I love Herb's attitude. Give me that bat. I want to swing. I want to get my team out of here with a win.
So Zach Herb at the plate. He'll back out. Hunter Garvin on the mound here for Riverside. The lefty checks the runners at second base. That's the only one that really matters. Zach Herb at the plate. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball one. Zach Herb waiting for the pitch from Garvin. Runners at second and first. Here's the pitch. Foul straight back. Even up the count at 1-1. Kimmerer at second base. He represents the winning run here for the Cats. We're in the ninth inning here, the bottom of the ninth, at Chuck Tanner Field here in Shenango. Zach Herb, the junior, at the plate here for the Cats. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. 2 men on. Camera at second base represents the winning run here for the Cats. Garvin with the pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Garvin checks the runner at second. The lefty looks in for the sign. Herb at the plate here for the Cats. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3, and now we're going to have a little meeting at the mound here.
See McDade do this a couple of times today, and he's done a good job of keeping his.
He's settled down his pitchers quite often when he's done this. And talk about possible play at second base or a fake of a play. We'll see what they choose to do. As Zach Herb is at the plate here with a 3-1 count with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Kammerer at second base represents the winning run here for the Cats. The lefty on the mound looks in for the signs and will be pitching from the stretch. Outside, ball 4. We have the bases loaded. The winning run now at third base with 1 down. A lot of ways to score that run now, James.
That there are, Tim, and you got Braden Ziegler, who last year was a defensive specialist, hit under 200 on the season, but did his job all year. This year, Coach Kelly saying he's become more of an RBI guy. He's got 16 ribbies on the year. He's been called upon to do lots of big things. He's hit the ball well a couple of times and been robbed on the base paths. Looking to cash in here with what would be the winning run.
So Ziegler at the plate. Here's the pitch from the lefty. Inside, ball 1. A walk will end the ball game. Any type of reaching first base will do the same here for the Cats. Ziegler, Braden waiting for the pitch. He squares the bunt. They have the squeeze on. It's right in front of home plate, and it's going to work. And it's a game-winning squeeze bunt. How about that? The catcher, Braden Ziegler, lays down the bunt right in front of home plate. Just gets past the infield dirt. And it was enough to score the winning run on a safety squeeze, James.
Yeah, runner was not off and going with the pitch, but got a good secondary that when he saw the bunt was down, could get there, and the bunt put right in the right place to get the game-winning run It is a final score here from Shenango. The Cats still alive for the section championship thanks to the walk-off suicide squeeze.
Wow. How about that? Well, let's take a break and we'll come back. We have a couple of awards to give away here as the Cats defeat the Panthers here 2-1 in 9. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
That was awesome.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Welcome back here to Chuck Tanner Field as Shenango keeps their championship or section championship dreams alive with a safety squeeze bunt here in the bottom of the ninth with bases loaded to win the ball game 2-1 as they defeat Riverside here as Riverside falls to 13-4 overall, 9-2 in the section, while Shenango improves to 8-3 in the section and 12-4 overall.
Well, let's get right to it. That squeeze bunt worthy of our LCAP Player of the Game award. Braden Ziegler, what a great job he does behind the dish, does a lot of little things, but gets the bunt down in crunch time, the suicide squeeze for your LCAP Player of the Game award. And with that, Braden Ziegler will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of being named today's LCAP Player of the Game. You can check out all the players of the game by going to lcsportsnet.com. Congratulations, Braden Ziegler, your LCAP Player of the Game award, not only for the squeeze, but just for everything that he does behind the plate. How many blocked balls did he have throughout the course of the game, Tim?
He was phenomenal. He was the leader out there defensively and did a great job here for the Cats. Your Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game will go to his teammate in Braden D'Angelo, who made a couple nice diving catches out in right field. Melee Chiropractic and Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Braden D'Angelo for today's play of the game. He'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of Melee Chiropractic, recognition of tonight's play of the game. Video of today's play of the game will be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view the Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Braden D'Angelo for today's Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game. Melee Chiropractic, keeping you in the game.
Well, it was a 3+ hour game, Tim, but it was certainly a great one here today, and it keeps, as you mentioned, Shenango's section hopes alive. And with that, guess what? That's where we're going to send the Moans tomorrow, I think.
I think we have to.
I think, to send them down there for Game 2. We'll hang out in Neshannock Township for Neshannock Laurel Game 2, and that was a good one today, a 4-3 victory for the Spartans. But, again, the way that makes it is that no matter what, if Shenango wins tomorrow, they are section champs. It might be a co-champ or a tri-champ, but either way, they would have the tiebreaker over the other two teams. But a huge win. Shenango now at 8-3, Riverside now at 9-2. In section play. Not only was the play of the game for Braden D'Angelo, he also gets the win in relief. And I was trying to get official pitch counts, but I believe that we will have both D'Angelo and Garvin starting tomorrow's game. And again, by the way, even though Garvin gives up that run, he is the pitcher record. That's the first earned run he's given up this year, because that was in the full ninth inning that he was pitching.
Exactly.
So that is the first earned run all year. So Garvin will take the loss. D'Angelo will get the win in relief, and again, expect to see both of them on the bump tomorrow.
Should be a lot of fun as we're coming down to the wire here in the section play, and it's as always jam-packed at the top of the standings.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, the fact that you can have a three-way tie, or you can have a two-way tie, and second place being just one game behind for third and fourth. That's absolutely incredible. Lee Moan is tuning in. He says, "Send me to Riverside." We agreed. You're going to Riverside tomorrow, Lee. So pack your bags. Lee Moan, J Moan will be on the call for that one. But same bat time, same bat channel. 4 o'clock from Dan Ole Astro Field, and he's going to have to wait another day before going for what would be win number 666. I didn't want to say it during the course of the game, but I had to mention it there.
You always have to get to that number. If you're at that number, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Winning as coaching.
After 50 years of coaching, yeah.
Yeah, winning as coach in WPIAL history for sure. But you'll have to wait one more day to try to get to that big number. But with that, we'll let's sign it off here. Tim, pleasure as always. We'll see you in 24 hours.
Sounds good.
All right, for Tim Continenza, for the entire LC Sportsnet crew, Dom Summers producing, as well as Hannah Bowen on cameras with Robbie Nattel. I'm James Dotson signing off and saying stay tuned. A doubleheader tomorrow. Neshannock hosting Laurel and Riverside hosting Shenango.
Trip Live High School Sports Network is the
Powered
official
by
video
LCAT.
and audio streaming.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.